nuts and cotton candy. And batting cleanup, it's you. With your red spoon and 6 summer blizzard flavors, official treat of MLB. All part of the new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. DQ? Happy tastes good.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Sustained effort and violence?
No, please. No. Please, everyone be quiet.
Was that supposed to be funny?
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Cool, neat story. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. shake his hand.
Family. Let's get the pumping.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome in to a Free Beer Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM and Greenville 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250 and 930. You can find us online, pr927fm.com. And watch the show, be a part of the show over on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Also, you can send us your tweets at PR927FM, at Tweet and Clip, at Chan PR927, at Tweeting Churls, at CJ Schaefer. All right, I got them all. Well done, me. And you can follow our YouTube, Facebook, our social media accounts all weekend because ECU is at home. That means we'll have a ton of Pirate baseball coverage for you. Coming up this weekend as East Carolina takes on Cincinnati, a 3-game set. Pirates coming off a couple of losses here. One midweek to NC State and the series finale to Tulane. So need a good weekend this weekend. We'll talk a little Pirate baseball on today's show. Talk about NFL draft on today's program and a whole lot more. Brian North joins us coming up in about 3:25 to get you ready for the sports weekend. Tony Dunn, CountyCatChronicles.com, will tell us what he thought and what the Panthers fans had to say about the Panthers' 6th overall pick as they stay in state. And I think people are pleased. We'll talk to Chandler Honeycutt about that in just a moment. But Tony Dunn joins us at 4 o'clock. Morgan Ahlers at 5 o'clock. As we do have some more ECU basketball news. We're not quite at that deadline to enter your name into the transfer portal where you can get picked up and play immediately without a waiver. That deadline is May the 1st, and another Pirate has entered the transfer portal in basketball. So we'll tell you about that. Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show joins us in the 5 o'clock hour, HV3. I don't think we'll be on a golf course playing in a tournament until the PGA Championship in mid-May. So he is not playing this weekend. That means I'm not watching this weekend, so I don't need Greeny to tell me what's going on. We'll do that in the 5 o'clock hour. Got that and more on the way on today's program. Shirley Rhodes is here. CJ Schaefer is here. Chandler Honeycutt is to my left. And we'll go ahead and say I've got, I don't know what it is, maybe some senioritis going on. I'm trying to boost myself up. I'm trying to fire myself up. I think as the show goes on, I'll pick up some steam, pick up momentum, but might need y'all to help me out and pick me up today. Bad news is I'm looking around. I think a lot of the folks here are like me today.
Well, did the nap not help you that you took?
Nah, not really.
I'd ask my new quarterback to pick you up, but his hands might not fit around your head.
Hey-yo! It's that kind of sports humor that will help me through this show, CJ. Well done. I thought he could pick me up. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. Draft was last night, and one quarterback taken, and that was by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I will say, going into last night, CJ, the common thought was the Steelers were going to take a quarterback, right? I talked about it with Jeff Nadeau yesterday, and he said if the Panthers did not go QB at 6, then the Steelers would be the first team, and turns out the only team to take a quarterback. When the pick got to you, because I heard after the pick there was a lot of Willis to Pittsburgh talk. So was that more the talk than Pickett, or were you thinking Pickett? What were you thinking?
Pickett hasn't been brought up in Pittsburgh, I guess, media in like a week or two now. It was kind of like the thought process was we're zeroing in on Willis. So this kind of, I mean, obviously, clearly the front office had him in his mind the whole time, but this is something that I think a lot of Steelers fans didn't expect. And I expected when the pick got to us and I saw that Willis was still on the board, obviously. That's who I thought we were going with. I'm not mad at this pick. The way I looked at it when we took him, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but there's a lot of people that are of the mindset that of the quarterbacks in this draft, Pickett is the most pro-ready right now. Might not have the highest ceiling, but he's got the highest floor right now. And the way I'm looking at it is Pittsburgh is looking to win right now still, so you're going to take the guy who gives you the best chance to win right now, because clearly it's not Trubisky.
There will be, a quarterback competition this preseason?
Yeah, there has to be. And he might not start week 1, but I think he'll start soon after.
We talked to Emery Hunt, CBS Sports HQ, football game plan, and this was last week, and he said this is a good quarterback draft. This is a good backup quarterback draft, which kind of sounds like an insult, but he was being sincere when he said that. And now when you only see one name taken in the first round, it sounds like the NFL scouts and teams feel that same way, that yeah, you can get a Ritter, a Willis, Corral, Sam Howell, but NFL teams, it looks like they don't view these guys at least as right-away starters.
And isn't it weird that if you look back maybe a month or so ago, if you would have told somebody, like somebody who's following the draft very closely, if you would have told them, look, there's going to be one quarterback that goes in the first round and it's going to be Kenny Pickett, he would have looked at you like you're crazy.
Yeah. And let's talk to someone who wanted a quarterback and didn't get one. There's only one team got one, Chandler Honeycutt, Carolina Panthers fan.
Yep.
You wanted Malik Willis.
Yeah.
At number 6.
He's still on the board.
Still there. Problem is you don't have any picks tonight.
No, and don't have a pick till, I think, 137, which is in the 4th round. But I am very, very pleased, Clip Brock, with the pick that the Carolina Panthers had last night. Ike Nkwonu from NC State, the Charlotte native from the 704, went to Providence Day in high school, so he is a lot of ties, a lot of connections there to the Carolina Panthers. I read today that he was actually in the end zone seats for that smackdown against the Cardinals in the NFC Championship game in 2016. So pretty cool story there. But
he was wearing the 704 medallion on his chain last night.
Yeah, it had his name, Ike, and then also, like you said, the 704 above that. So that was a pretty cool there, and very shocking that all 3 of those left tackles were still there on the board. I mean, nothing that couldn't have worked out better for the Panthers, Scott Fitter and Matt Rule, and I think they made the right choice. I think this is the best offensive lineman in the draft, especially at left tackle. Has a lot of athleticism. He has a lot of speed for how big he is, and trust me, Clip Brock, he is a huge human being.
Why do you say my full name sometimes?
I love to say Clip Brock.
I don't like it for some reason, but you know what? It's your prerogative.
Okay, I won't do it anymore.
Thank you, appreciate it.
But glad that we got this pick, and it kind of sets the offensive line, and we'll talk about it with Tony Dunn coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. You'll have Nkwonu. I did a good job of saying his name right now. I can't do it. But he'll be at the left tackle position. We expect Brady Christensen to go to the left guard. We have Jonathan Bozeman, who was the center for the Ravens, who comes in, the newest Panther on the offensive line. He'll man and anchor the offensive line at center. Your right guard will be Austin Corbett, who we got from the Super Bowl champions Los Angeles Rams. And then, of course, Taylor Moton, one of our top picks from a few years ago.
So is that one or 2 returners that you just mentioned?
That is 2 returners with Brady Christensen and Taylor Moton.
Okay.
So you'll have 3 new additions to that offensive line, and that is something that Scott Fitterer, Matt Rule, and all the front office was focused on this offseason, was getting and updating that offensive line for whoever's going to be under center or behind center for the Carolina Panthers. Right now, it looks like it could be Sam Darnold for another year. But trying to decide what we can do here in day 2, which there is no activity for the Panthers in day 2. Do we just go and ride with Sam Darnold for next year, pretty much tank, win 2 or 3 games, get a top 3 pick? You're looking to get Bryce Young.
2 or 3 games aren't that bad.
Well, I mean,
if you're saying if you start the season with Sam Darnold, Christian McCaffrey, all this great O line you just talked about, you're going to win 2 games? No.
Well,
no.
Well, I mean,
well. Well, Donnie, what do you think?
You know what? I mean,
Tony Peterson, what do you think?
Well,
I got him. I got him all mixed up.
Matt Rule, in his first 2 seasons had 5 wins each.
Yeah.
Let's say we bump it up to 7 wins this year.
I think that's more realistic than 2.
You know what?
What? Just say it. You don't have to ask me if I know what.
Well, 2 or 3 wins would solidify a top 3 pick. And, next year, if we go with Sam Darnold, you're going to be looking for a new quarterback. Bryce Young is a guy that you're going to be looking at from Alabama. But, you
got a team in your division. Who loses more games, the Panthers or the Falcons?
Definitely going Falcons.
Yeah, right. So let's look at a 2023 NFL mock draft. Is it too early to do that?
Very early, because this draft is not even over with yet.
I think now is the perfect time to take a look at that and see what they're saying.
But all in all, I'm very pleased with the pick that we had last night, and I think they made the right pick.
All right, Walter football. I like Walter football. The website looks like it's from 1996, but it's always got good information. Houston Texans first overall take C.J. Stroud. The Falcons take Bryce Young. The Bears third take Will Anderson. So yeah, there are a lot of bad teams that are going to be, I think, be worse than the Panthers. We just named 3 of them there. They have the Jaguars picking 4th, the Lions picking 5th. Man, they got Commanders and Giants. Where are the Panthers? Okay, picking 9th and getting a defensive tackle. So I don't know. I think if the Panthers, I think they need to. They need to go get Baker.
Do we want to go for it now?
Go get Baker.
You can go to the trade market with Baker, maybe Jimmy G. We'll talk to Tony Dunn. I was listening to the C3 Panther podcast last night, and he was saying that do we kind of go for it now and trade up and do whatever we can to trade up to get the guys that are still on the board, like a Malik Willis, like a Sam Howell? Or do we just ride out this year with Sam Darnold and take our time and be patient? I vote for that.
Wait, where's option 3? Go get Baker Mayfield.
Well, that is option 3, and I would go for that too.
Well, the trade value for Baker is tanked right now, hasn't it? You can probably get him for cheap.
Yeah, I mean, and I said that before the draft, that I would love to get a left tackle and go for, a Baker Mayfield or Jimmy G. That's what would make me the happiest. And we got our left tackle in Aquanu. So, I mean, I don't know. It's still kind of unpredictable what the Panthers will do, and we won't see another Panther pick for a while, like I said earlier, till the 4th round. Yeah. But our 3rd round pick is basically C.J. Henderson, who we got from the Jaguars last year in that trade for Dan Arnold. But I was listening to Tony Dunn. He thinks, and we'll get his opinion, he thinks that we make that effort to trade up to get a quarterback tonight, that is a nod to Matt Rule, that is us giving him a chance this upcoming season.
Well, he's long said that if you go O-line in the 1st round, you're saying bye-bye to Matt Rule. If you go exciting quarterback in the 1st round, you're saying let's try to win. I was listening to Todd McShay on an interview with the Pardon My Take guys, and he once again, was he the first one that came out with this? But he was talking about how there's the thought that Matt Rule wants to go back to college, and that he's not long for this job anyway. I don't know how true any of that is. I gotta think if Matt Rule's there, he's busting his tail to try to win games for the Panthers.
I'm pretty sure that he addressed the team at one point. Maybe I'm thinking crazy, but I want to say he addressed the team and said, hey, there is college football coaching vacancies open. I am interested in those vacancies if they come my way. So be prepared if I have to leave, is what I think I heard in the offseason.
No way. Wait, Matt Rule said that?
I think so.
We need to get some facts straight on that, because if he said that, that's awful. That's terrible. They should have fired him on the spot.
That's Matt Rule for you.
I don't know if that happened. We'll ask Tony Dunn if he knows about that. Help me out. My brain might be firing on all cylinders right now, but I don't know what this means. Redbeard says, is the new online draft pick a Ghostbuster?
I have no idea what he's talking about. I read it earlier.
Is the new online draft pick a Ghostbuster? Do you know what that means?
No clue.
Redbeard going to need some clarification on that. We have no idea what that means. I know what hashtag Fire Matt Rule means, and that's what Susan Dean said today.
What does Susan Dean think of the pick? I haven't seen her post anything about it.
Susan, what did you think of the draft selection last night? Trey said the Cowboys drafted how I knew they would draft. I didn't bother staying up. Hashtag pitiful. What are you talking? They got Micah Parsons last year. They got some tackle. Like, what are you upset about?
Micah Parsons was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, why are you upset with the Cowboys draft?
What did you want, Trey?
I don't know. I think some people just like to be mad. I was, I guess, whelmed. I certainly wasn't overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I was not really underwhelmed because Washington traded back from 11 to 16. The Saints traded up to draft the guy who I thought Washington was going to take, Chris Olave from the Ohio State. And then Jameson Williams goes off the board, who would have been my pick if they went wide receiver at 11. And then Jordan Davis goes off the board. We're starting to lose some big names here. And then Kyle Hamilton goes off the board, who is the safety that I wanted Washington to draft. So at that point, the following pick was Kenyon Green, and then the Commanders are up, and I knew pretty much they were going to go receiver. So in my head, I was thinking, what's the Drake London, Jameson Williams, Chris Olave, and
Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, I think Wilson.
Was he off the board at the time?
Was probably already looked at it going. Yeah, he was he went to the Jets.
He was 10th, yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, well, if they go receiver here, hey, they might take that guy. That guy? When I watch college games and a play or a player stands out to me, I fall in love with them for a brief moment. And that happened with Traylon Burks last year, Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, man, we're going to get this dude. Okay, I can get on board with that. I probably have an old tweet where I said I wanted him. I can act like I know what I was talking about. Well, they go with the guy that I had not looked at, planned for, heard his name, not that familiar with Jahan Dotson. My first thought was, did they just draft Josh Dotson again? Am I watching an old draft? We're at this draft party. Is this a feed? Is this a DVR draft from 2016?
They played an elaborate prank on you.
CW gotcha.
They played the long game. Jahan Dotson. Washington is where first-round receivers go to die. I hope this kid, I'm sure he's a great football player, and past failures have nothing to do with him. So I'm wishing them all the best. We're small. Terry McLaurin, our number one, is not tall. Curtis Samuel, no reason to bring up his name. He never plays, but he's small. And then this guy is under 6 foot as well. Doesn't mean a ton, but I don't know. I'm whelmed, slightly under, but I did not have any hopes at all for Terry McLaurin. So who knows? This guy could work out. I asked some Penn State people to tell me why.
Tell me why.
He's the best player in the draft.
Tell me why.
I should get excited about his ass.
Tell me why.
Why do I want to watch football this year? Washington
Commanders.
I like to rhyme. You messed it up. Thanks. Why Josh Dotson is the best receiver in this year's draft. Andrew Kalista from Pennsylvania, I guess, covered him. Says he carries a football everywhere. All right. I'll get on board with that.
And you said I'm sold.
Today they showed a video of him getting out of the car to walk up to Commander's headquarters. Gets out of the car holding a football.
He'll be your leading fumbler on the team.
I know. It's going to all come back. I tell you this, though. If he's a stud, you'll see me walking around with a football, doing entire shows with footballs. going out to the grocery store, the football. When I go all in on a guy, and nothing but the best for this kid.
We saw on your social media last week that you were operating a zero-turn lawnmower.
Oh, yeah.
And it said one arm on the steering wheel, one arm around your girl. So will this arm that was around the girl now be holding the football?
There you go. Well said. All right. Susan says she loved the Panthers pick. She said Darnold can't do it. Hopefully Chandler's dream of Rule saying that to the team is correct.
If it wasn't Rule,
but I think he was dreaming that.
if it wasn't Rule, then it was some other coach. Because I remember seeing that report.
Clearly you don't. If you remembered, you would know who it was. You could pull it up right now. We could talk about it. But you don't remember it. Fair?
Yeah, I do.
Where is it? Find it.
I'll attempt.
Trey, the Cowboys fan, said the Cowboys reached on their pick, said tackle was a need. They reached, and he wanted a couple other players, the defensive end from Johnson and Linderbaum from Iowa. So, all right, well, whatever. I hate the Cowboys. I hope they fail forever. Any other draft? Oh, who cares about the draft? Draft night now is where we get our big trades in the NFL.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, what can Brown do for you? Make for an exciting draft, because 2 Browns got traded last night. A.J. Brown goes from Tennessee to Philly. Boy, Philly has been dying for receiver help. They got it in the draft last year with Devontae Smith, who had a good rookie year. But now they add another weapon for their quarterback they can't throw accurately, so it doesn't matter.
I think they've been trying to...
You like that?
Yeah, I do like that.
Thanks.
I think they've been trying to make up for the miss of a couple years ago on Jalen Reagor instead of taking Justin Jefferson.
And who's the Ortega White? What's his name? They've missed on a few. Ortega... Dude from Stanford. I can't remember his name.
I know what you're talking about. I just remember Jalen Reagor.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think they've been trying to overcorrect for this. But Devontae Smith was a good pick. And obviously Brown's a good acquisition.
Yeah. And Tennessee makes that trade. They draft Burks, and they have the player...
NFL comparison.
Player comparison.
And it's A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Can't make this up.
They drafted a younger, cheaper A.J. Brown. Now, that doesn't mean anything, but I found that funny. Hollywood Brown goes from the Ravens to join his old buddy, Kyler Murray. Kind of like we saw Devontae Adams join his old college buddy, Derek Carr, earlier this offseason. Hollywood Brown will go to the Cardinals, and this left Lamar Jackson on Twitter saying, WTF. Yeah. I mean, he's not a GM. They didn't bring him in and say, hey, we're making this move. So, I don't know. Does Hollywood Brown move the needle?
No.
Okay.
No. This is a weird trade because the Ravens ended up trading back again from the pick they got from Arizona, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know what they ended up doing with it. Who did the Ravens draft last night?
I know they drafted...
Oh, they got the Linderbaum guy, the center.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a solid pick. That trade just came out of nowhere. That was weird.
Yeah.
And this is all Christian Kirk's fault, by the way, just in case we need to trace this back.
Why is it his fault?
He reset the dang market for wide receivers.
So it's the Jaguars' fault.
Well, yes, it's the Jaguars' fault.
It is not his fault.
It's not Christian Kirk's fault, but what they did to what they gave to Christian Kirk made all this happen.
Yeah. How about this is Zay Jones' fault? Or just Christian Kirk?
Nope, just Christian Kirk.
All right, fair enough. All right, more draft talk. We'll talk about it all hour 2 with Tony Dunn, but did you find what you were looking for?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, all right.
Well, I actually didn't give it much effort.
That's not shocking at all. That is the least shocking thing I've heard since earlier this week. Troy said he was really good at hacky sack.
When did he say that?
Well, I joked on Twitter that we were going to have a hacky sack circle in the back.
Oh, Lord.
And he tweeted, I know what you're going to say, but I was really good at hacky sack back in the day. I mean, the guy's good at everything, man. He's the best around. Nothing's going to ever keep him down. Take a time out. We'll come back when we return. Brian North will join us. We'll see what's going on in the world of sports this weekend. That and more on the way on a Free Beer Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Now I understand what Redbeard's tweet means because he edited it.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it when we return after these words.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. What's new, Dr. Jones?
Yes, we just added 6,000 more square feet of gym space where we're now able to offer our athletic movement programs. They're age-specific programs that help you develop speed, power, agility, and strength to give you that athletic edge. So come by and see us at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness on Arlington Boulevard or check us out online at kptonline.com. That's kptonline.com.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelves and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Need some beer for the weekend? The Jarvis Street Bottle Shop near Christie's Euro Pub is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating North Carolina craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by Tuesday through Sunday or check out the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as we head back into the show, Clip, I just saw some big news coming out of Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball has suspended Trevor Bauer for 324 games, which is basically a 2-year suspension for violation of their domestic violence policies for Major League Baseball.
All right. Folks can Google up why he was suspended.
Not good.
I mean, it's a weird story, and I'm not going to pretend to know all the details of it, but Trevor Bauer has not pitched for a while. He's been on that administrative leave or whatever they call it, but now officially has been suspended.
Trevor Bauer on Twitter. I refreshed my Twitter. It's the first thing on top of my timeline. In the strongest possible terms, I deny committing any violation of the league's domestic violence and sexual assault policy. I am appealing this action and expect to prevail. As we have throughout this process, my representatives and I respect the confidentiality of the proceedings.
Can I first say you read that quite well? I think it's proceedings, but I think you did pretty good with that.
Proceedings.
Proceedings.
Sorry.
You did a good job there. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Also, Redbeard's tweet. Maybe I should, if my brain was firing on all cylinders today, I would have got it because it kind of makes sense, but he added a little context. He says, is the O-line draft pick a Ghostbuster since Sam Darnold sees ghosts?
That's a good one.
Now I get it, that's a pretty good one. Thank you, Redbeard.
That's a good one, Redbeard.
I knew you had something there, just had to figure out what it was. All right, do we have Brian North joining us? We do. Brian North, WCTI 12, joining us to get you ready for your sports weekend. North, how you doing today, man?
Well, playing a little hurt with the voice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm all right.
You warned me. It sounds kind of deep and sexy, North, to be honest with you.
Oh, little Barry White there. Hey, how's it going here in prime time?
I've had something this week, some kind of funk, and this morning my wife said her and my daughter were not feeling great, so I don't know, something's going around.
I feel fine. It's weird as I get older. Whenever I get sick, I lose my voice. If I sprain my ankle, I lose my voice. It's so weird.
Yeah.
This old age thing. So it's what it is.
Yeah, it is. We talked draft segment 1, North. We had a lot of homecomings, I guess, with Kenny Pickett staying in his same stadium, same locker room, and the Panthers drafting a local guy. Not often that you're wearing a medallion to the draft with an area code where you're going to play your pro football, but that was the case with Aquanu there, who had the 704 on his chest when the Panthers called his name last night.
Yeah, and a lot of times it doesn't work out, guys, too, but this seems like it can be different. Offensive linemen aren't generally put in a large spotlight and asked to perform and produce big numbers, so maybe this will work out for him. He's got all the intangibles, and I think when you look at it, the Panthers have never drafted an offensive lineman that high. And you hope it does work out because that is an area where they've never been great. There are no Hall of Famers, coming off that offensive line through the years. They've had a few guys maybe in the Ring of Honor, but nobody who's been really great at the position.
Who's the best, Chandler? Jordan Gross? Is that the name that comes to mind?
Yeah, probably Jordan Gross.
And Chandler, you said last night, highest a lineman has been picked by Carolina since
2008, Jeff Ota.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't work out to be that great. They've had a few. The kid from South Carolina, another local guy, was okay for them, but didn't reach his potential. So it's never been a great area for the Panthers. And so I've been trying to think of some of their better guys through the years. Trey Turner, maybe, he's a couple-time All-Pro.
Yeah.
But outside of that, they've struggled. So this guy has all the intangibles, so we'll see. Health is always the big thing when it comes to offensive line.
Brian North joining us. North, it was a interesting draft last night. I believe people were citing the E.J. Manuel draft, where he was the lone quarterback taken in the first round years ago, and that obviously did not pan out for the Buffalo Bills. But just one QB taken. I guess it means if you're into this thing, you'll see some familiar names flying off the board tonight, probably, when it comes to the quarterbacks. But Malik Willis, still waiting to hear his name called. Of course, Sam Howell from North Carolina. Desmond Ridder, who we saw a lot of, maybe too much of, if you're an ECU fan with Cincinnati. And the guy like Matt Corral out there as well.
Yeah, there's value here, right? I'm so glad the Panthers didn't overreach with a quarterback at that number 6 spot, because it just isn't there this year. Doesn't mean you can't find a good quarterback. It doesn't mean there isn't guys who are going to work out. Russell Wilson's always the prime example brought up, but for the value of the position. And so there was no guys at that value for that. But I don't know if you look at any of these quarterbacks and you say they have it. Even I think Russell Wilson back in the day, I think some of us said, he's just got it. We think he can make it. I don't know if he'd be an all-pro, but you thought he could make it. I don't know of anybody in this draft. Kenny Pickett, maybe. I don't know. I just don't. None of those guys just make me go, oh yeah, he's got that little extra something that they're overlooking. So
we had a guest last week, Brian Emery Hunt, CBS Sports HQ. He said this was a pretty good backup quarterback draft, which sounds like an insult when he says it a week out of the draft. But then when you see only one quarterback taken in the first round, you're like, maybe that's what this is, a backup quarterback draft.
But these last few drafts have been so quarterback heavy. At some point, it's got to be a market correction.
Yeah.
You've got to get some other guys who can play it. And this is kind of the meat and potatoes draft, I guess. Guys who are just filling necessary positions, just don't bring outside of their suits, and their initial reaction don't bring a lot of notoriety to the franchise until they help them win a Super Bowl down the line.
Brian, you're the best at finding the local angle in all these things. And, of course, when it comes to East Carolina, we're hoping to hear Jaquan McMillan's name and see where Tyler Snead lands potentially as a rookie free agent. But how about anybody you covered around these parts that went elsewhere to college that could hear their name called?
Yeah, no one we think will have their name called. The kid, Quentin Chappell out of West Craven, who played at NC Central. He's a tight end. He's got all the intangibles of height and a big blocking tight end. Didn't catch a lot of passes at Central. We were actually looking today to see. He's like the 58th tight end on the board.
Yeah.
So we don't think he'll get drafted by any means, but he'll get in camp with somebody just based on his size. But that's been it. We've and then they should throw in the COVID stuff, because this would have been a year for some other guys to come out if they didn't get the extra year because of COVID. So, but this is a couple of lean years for us football-wise. We're all about the NBA right now. But we do have we do have a few guys in the future we'll be looking at in the NFL, but we're a little dry right now.
NBA-wise, obviously Brandon Ingram and the Pels, their season comes to an end, but what a run by those guys, what a run individually by Brandon Ingram. But Reggie Bullock getting a lot of news. There was a stat I read, and this was like 3 or 4 games into the playoffs, but I think he had the most minutes played out of anybody in the playoffs. Yeah. And I was wondering, because I watch a lot of Hornets. I don't watch a ton outside of that, so it's been fun for me to watch Ja Morant, what he can do with Memphis. And my question was, when Luka was out, who is on the Mavericks? I know they have Jalen Brunson, who I really liked in college, and he's turned into a good pro. And then there's Bullock starting for the Mavs and playing key minutes, and they're kind of counting on him if they're going to make a run here. They got through their first round opponent.
3-and-D guy, right? The ultimate 3-and-D guy, and that's why he was getting so many minutes until he got ejected the other night for taking on Hassan Whitehead after he banged on Luka when he was trying to get that dunk. But for Reggie, that's how his career's been made. He came out of UNC a year early because of financial hardship, and a lot of us just cringed. We're like, oh no, he'll be in Europe in a couple of years. But being the ultimate 3-and-D guy, he has hung on. He's played for several teams in the NBA. His career has continued to build, and he's got that reputation of a reliable three-point shooter, a hardcore defender who can lock people down, a good passer who understands the game of basketball. Everywhere he goes, his teammates love him. And so he's been reliable. He's been average, 8 points a game in his career, I think. He's been averaging double figures in the playoffs, but started out with Dallas not playing a whole lot, but he gains the trust of his coaches and his teammates, and he ends up starting being in the lineup just about everywhere he goes. So he's put together quietly a nice little career.
And Brian, another one off the top of my head, there may be more you can correct me on, but as far as local products go, does Bam Adebayo have the best chance to win a championship? Because that Heat team, Jimmy Butler is not a superstar in the NBA. He's about the only thing you could call a star for the Miami Heat, but they have a good team top to bottom, including Bam.
Yeah, number one seed out of the East. Bam is one of those franchise guys. He's now getting the money, but Jimmy Butler's the veteran, but the Tyler Heroes had a heck of a season for them. They just hit all the marks for what you're looking for balance, that the inside game, outside game, they play good defense, they can pick up full court, they can do a lot of different things, and Bam leads them with his versatility. His offensive game continues to improve, but everything else is right there for Bam, and so, no, they've got as good a chance as anybody coming out of the East right now, and so, and he's playing great. And had an injury for the first time in his career this season. He seems to be over that, and he's coming off an Olympic gold medal, so he has that confidence going for him right now. So, no, I think he's got the best shot right now of our local guys. So, obviously, Dayron didn't play much for the Nets. They're done. Kent Bazemore hardly played at all for the Lakers. They never were even in. Reggie's doing well for the Mavericks, but no, and now Brandon's out for the Pelicans. So I think Bam's got the best chance of reaching the finals like he did a couple of years ago.
Brian North joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. North just trying to make it to the deadline on Sunday and not see R.J. Felton's name or Brandon Johnson's name in the transfer portal, but there was a Pirate basketball player's name entering, I believe, yesterday, and that was Marlon Leston, who didn't play a lot and kind of looked uncomfortable when he did. I think got more comfortable as the season went along, but Marlon Leston was here 1 year, and we'll remember the good times and say goodbye to him as he has entered the portal. We got that news a day after East Carolina added 7 new players. So Mike Schwartz has been busy, North, since he got here, bringing in some new guys to go with the few remaining players from last season.
Sounds like he wasn't invited to the Michael Schwartz party, is what it sounded like to me.
Could be, yeah.
Which is okay. Maybe somebody else will invite them to their party, but with this transfer portal now, more guys go into the portal than what comes out. So you just have to be careful when you go in there, because sometimes it's like socks in the dryer, man. Sometimes they don't all come out.
Well said. Chandler, did you see our guy from Miami? We love some Miami basketball.
Yeah, apparently he is not satisfied with the amount of money he's receiving with the NIL deals.
Isaiah Wong, he's going to enter the transfer portal if his NIL compensation is not increased, Brian. Have you pulled this move with WCTI before, and how'd it go for you if you did?
And I'm still there because nothing else is going to give me compensation. So that's an easy negotiation when it's a one-way street. Like
exactly. I don't think that would work for me. I don't know how many people are calling my name out there.
Right. So we'll see if he gets offered more coupons somewhere else. But at this point, it's look, good for them. They have the chance to try and play that market. You're just going to have to be careful when you call the bluff. The key to negotiation is the ability to say no. So, you have to be able to say no to what's being offered, to maybe call their bluff and then get a better offer. But the chances are they may tell you, okay, go look for it. So you just have to be careful when you do it.
Yeah, and this is one of those things. And when you've got Isaiah Wong isn't even talking. It's his NIL agent who's doing the speaking. And when you get these guys involved, man, it's super shady. So, hey, Miami's been doing this for 100 years. So, I mean, they should figure this out pretty quickly, I would think.
Yeah. They set the blueprint with football many years ago. There's no doubt.
That they did. Brian North joining us. Got Pirate baseball this weekend in Greenville. Brian, East Carolina coming off a loss to NC State, where hit the ball and didn't go where they needed it to. But Cliff Godwin seemed, I don't want to say pleased, but encouraged what the Bats did. And they're taking on a team this weekend that is last in the AAC in ERA, the worst pitching staff in the league in Cincinnati. They can hit, so expecting a lot of runs this week at Clark and Clare.
Yeah, and former West Carteret star Sean McLaughlin actually plays for Cincinnati.
There you go.
So an Eastern North Carolina kid coming back into town. But no, another get-right weekend possibly for the Pirates, who we kind of thought it was going to be this year when it started, that they'd have to get better as the AA season kind of rolled on, and 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. But still believe that Cliff Connerman's getting them there. They're showing those brilliances of hitting every now and then, and so just be careful. They could get hot at the right time at the end of the year, and that's all that really matters for this season.
Brian, was Mackenzie Gore in your broadcast area?
So he was not. He's what is he? A Whiteville kid?
Yeah.
And so he was Wilmington Market, but we remember him because in the playoffs they took on both Easton Holmes and Beargrass Charter, and so huge crowds out to watch the left-hander, and he was just electric. He had the type of stuff that people talked about when mentioning Brian Taylor from back in the Carteret days, the number one pick by the Yankees. He had that kind of electric stuff. So I saw him pitch in person a couple of times, and so we adopt them when they're that good and they're outside of our viewing area like that. We tend to adopt them.
Yeah, and 10 strikeouts in 5 innings of work the other night for the Padres, and he is looking like the real deal. And we're just looking at pictures of him, Chandler, and he just looks like an ace. Brian, some guys just have the look, and he's got it.
Yeah. He's always had that attitude. He was such a competitor, even high school when he had that electric stuff. He still was just out there on that mound fuming and just trying to beat you no matter how. Just a real tough competitor. So the only surprising part to me is it took him this long to get to the big leagues. But teams take care of their guys and have the slow roll on them. But now that he's up there, he's certainly making his name known in a heartbeat.
Brian North joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Good stuff, North. What you got planned for this weekend?
Not a whole lot. Just kind of chilling out. But I am going to give you the big tip for next week.
Right.
Next Saturday is a week from tomorrow.
Derby.
Kentucky Derby. There is a horse named Barber Road. Barber Road is named after a road in Lenoir County.
Wow. What is it? Barber or Barbara?
Barber, like the person that cuts your hair.
Okay. Barber Road.
Yeah, and so he's named after a road in Lenoir County. His owners, the Simmons, Bill and Tammy Simmons. Tammy is from that area. She went to North Lenoir, graduated in 1980. Bill's a former CEO of Walmart. They got into the horse racing business a few years ago, and they were looking to name their horses, and so they named it after the road that Tammy grew up on, Barber Road.
Brian, I guess you have found a way to make money off this knowledge. So I was going to ask, is there any way you could make money off these things, and I guess you do that in a way.
Well, I mean, I have a job. They only pay me every 2 weeks, but I did get a chance.
I mean, that is awesome. That's fascinating, and I will definitely be betting on that horse next week.
And he's a strong horse. Now, his odds are probably going to be about 30-1, but I think they're going to get better as the day goes on. He's a strong finisher. The more you look at him, a Gray Colt. Gray Colt hasn't won the Derby since 2005, but I went and interviewed them the other day. They were only in town for a day.
Oh, cool.
I happened to hit it right, so I did interview them. I got some features coming up this week on them.
Awesome.
But it's a really, really cool story.
Will there be a party, live on Barber Road during the Derby? Are you going to be reporting live? What are we doing?
Well, it's funny how you would know these things. Not for broadcast, but there may be a little get-together out there.
Yeah, okay.
But I will tell you this. I can't believe they let me on there because there was not only one but two gates I had to get clearance to go through to get onto the property.
Wow.
You're just going to show up there,
All right.
Both of them, which is amazing.
I tell you what, I don't need much to get into something. I just need a rooting interest. And Harold has done that for golf. I will not be watching golf this weekend because Harold's not in it. And now I have a rooting interest for the Kentucky Derby. So thank you very much for that.
And I'm going to give you why you'll love them even more. Go check out his hat, the Barber Road hat. It's a picture of the actual street sign that says Barber Road on it, right down to the detail on a nice gray background or black background, but it's a gorgeous hat. So go get yourself some Barber Road merch if you want to help them, but you won't be sad. You'll be the hat collector that you are.
Yeah.
Love your Barber Road hat.
All right. You'll just open up a whole new world to me, Brian. I'm reading an article here. This is Johnny Ortiz, trainer. He says, we belong in the Kentucky Derby on Barber Road.
So what Bill Simon has done, and again, this guy was the CEO of Walmart for about 4, 5, 6 years. Was also a Navy veteran. He was in the Navy for 25 years. Real interesting guy. But they're trying a new approach to horse racing. He bought Barber Road as what they call not a yearling, but what's even younger than that. And so they're trying to build, and they got all these young people, young trainers, young jockeys, but they're building this brand that way. and they're off to a rousing success. And so Barber Road's their first Kentucky Derby horse, but probably won't be their last.
All right, when are you showing those features? Where can we find those?
Well, we'll probably start Monday because the drawing for post positions is Monday, so we'll probably start rolling out Monday, Tuesday. We'll probably do something every day next week because they gave me such good stuff on their horse and the history and their chances and all those things. We'll probably roll something out every day, but Monday and Tuesday will be the big days to get everybody kind of on board, pun intended, in the saddle to get them ready for the Derby.
Very cool. Love it. All right, North, good stuff, man. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, sounds good, Clippy.
Barber Road. I'm looking at pictures right now, Chandler. There's our horse.
I'm all over it.
Good looking horse.
I'm putting my money in right now.
All of it on Barber Road. All right, we'll take a time out, come back, have more for you. Hour 1, we'll wrap it up and get ready for Hour 2. Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com, joining us to talk draft and more. We're back with you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
Join us at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio, Greenville's premier yoga studio, for our wide array of classes, including restorative, power, hot yoga, and more. We even fly into the weekend with our aerial yoga workshops. New to our studio? Check out our special for new yogis. 3 classes for only $30. Check out our website or social media for all the information and up-to-date schedules at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio. Purple Blossom Yoga, where your health and mindset collide and help you transform to a new you.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
Hey, Troy here with my buddy Cam from Tailgate Classics, the only vintage store here in Greenville selling all types of cool stuff. Cam, you got something new for folks too that just hit.
Yes, sir. If you guys have had some good times back in the 90s at some of your favorite places like Grog's, The Elbow, and tons of other old businesses, we're doing a retro line of t-shirts that are available now.
Fantastic. So if you enjoyed hanging out at those places, now you can wear the gear. How can folks find you online too?
That's shoptailgateclassics.com or come see us in person at 304 Evans Street.
Christie's Europub is the perfect place to relax, grab a bite, and enjoy a drink. Located in the heart of Greenville and just a few blocks from ECU's campus, Christie's offers lunch, dinner, and late night with live music every Sunday. Come and have brunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 or Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 4. Scratch cooking takes time, so relax and enjoy a pint at Christie's Europub today. For the latest information, check them out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit them online at christieseuropub.com.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, offense coordinator for ECU football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. It is Free Beer Friday. If you would like some Busch Latte, you can be our lucky caller in hour number 3. Busch Latte. Looks like latte, tastes like Busch Light. Look for Busch Latte at your favorite retailer today, or you could just win it. We got a 15-pack right here of the limited edition Busch Latte aluminum bottles. We'll also throw in a large 2-topping pizza to Domino's. Do you still get misty-eyed when you see like the draft picks being called by their teams? Does that touch your heart, Chandler?
Yeah, because I just know I can feel the excitement and the weight being lifted off those prospects' shoulders, because it's a long process. I'm sure I'm obviously don't know anything about it, but it's a long process. It's a stressful process between working out and finding a trainer, working out, going through pro day, going through the combine, and then finally getting that phone call. It has to feel so good for those players. And Kenny Pickett was one, CJ Steelers picking up the phone, calling him, and he just sat there the whole time and just, with his head between his knees and crying. And yeah, it does get you teary-eyed, and it makes you feel good for those players. So
Jonathan Jones, NFL player, had an interesting observation last night. He tweeted, "Ain't none of these boys crying. They got that NIL money already." I thought that was an interesting take. Like, life-changing money and all that. Well, some of these guys already made a little cash before they got to the league.
That's a good point. I noticed that with Kayvon Thibodeau. He got his call, and I mean, obviously he was excited, but he wasn't like over the moon like a lot of other people were.
Well, nobody wants to go to the clown show organization of the Giants.
Also a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he wants to live in New York City. He was in Oregon for the past few years.
What's wrong with Oregon? It's beautiful out there, I heard.
I'll make you a list. I'll get it to you eventually.
All right. I want to get your list. Everything that is wrong with Oregon. Okay. So NFL Draft Night 2 coming up. It's easy to do like big names on the board because you can just list all the quarterbacks, and you can list every single running back because there was not a running back taken in round number 1.
No running back or tight ends.
Or tight end. Interesting. Brian North said it pretty well. Meat and potatoes draft. A lot of linemen, a lot of D linemen, rush ends. Actually, not a ton of rush ends, but a lot of up front guys.
We saw the first 2 picks were defensive ends. The next 2 picks were cornerbacks.
And I guess there was a lot of flash, but it was for one position, and it was the wide receiver position.
Yeah, it was.
I saw a comment that said, like, the Super Bowl last year broke these teams watching all the stars from Cincinnati and L.A. at the receiver position, and now everybody's trying to grab that next top receiver.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you lined up, like, if you were to take, like, a skill position player draft right now on, like, who do you want on your team for the next 3-4 years or whatever, if you include like your contracts, Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are probably the top 2 picks.
Yeah.
In the skill position draft.
Well, and I don't know if real football. I have a fantasy football brain. It's kind of creeping into real football where you want to take that receiver instead of running back just because of injury.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's going to stick around.
So
he's more likely to play all 16 games, 17 games.
All right, let's take a break because Tony Dunn is here.
Hello, good sir.
Hello. I'm trying to get a read on his face, how he's feeling. Oh,
What's
he's
up, Tony?
smiling. That's good. That reminds me of the Norm Macdonald. Don't laugh at what I'm about to say, Tony. Seriously, don't laugh. I'm going to tell you something. Don't laugh. You're not going to laugh, are you? My granddad died last night in a wreck. Why are you about to laugh? That's terrible news. Why are you laughing? That's an old Norm Macdonald gag where he'll tell a guy not to laugh for 5 minutes and say the worst possible thing you could think of, and the guy, of course, laughs. Was Tony laughing last night? I watched him live.
Last laugh.
Did Tony get the last laugh? We'll talk more NFL Draft Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. How'd your team do? You can chime in. And we'll have more for you after this.
Hey Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a black tie gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. New Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with 0 sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or an event? Keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Morgan Ahlers will join us to talk some Pirate athletics at 5 o'clock. Talk to Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop radio show. Got a Busch Latte giveaway. All that in Hour 3. Welcome into Hour number 2, where we'll talk NFL with Tony Dunn from CarolinaCatChronicles.com. He joins us, Chan Man here as well. Hello, Tony.
Hello.
Best part, most explosive part of the NFL draft, round 1, was not really draft related. I guess it was because there was a trade, but A.J. Brown going from Tennessee to Philly 29 minutes ago, Odell Beckham Jr. tweeted out, "Just got the tea from Deebo Samuel. Should I spill?"
Ooh.
I'll translate that for people that don't understand. Just received information from Deebo Samuel. Should I tell you what I heard? So,
what's the T? Is it like TEA or the T?
Yeah, it's T. Spill the tea means what? Give up the gossip, the info?
Spill the beans.
Yeah. Back in our day, we called it beans. Now they call it tea.
Is it like literal, like sweet tea?
I hope you're not wasting sweet tea. I hope it's like green tea or something.
Yeah, spill the green tea. I'm okay with that.
I don't know. Does this happen tonight? When does Deebo, Garoppolo, Baker, when does that happen?
Not happening.
It's not.
I don't think so. I mean, like, why didn't it happen last night? Supposedly, the Jets offered the number 10 overall pick
to the Niners for Deebo.
Yeah, and something else. Like, so I mean, how are you going to get more value than that? I mean, we've already missed the first round, so that means they're going to have to do futures,
right?
And then unless, I mean, then that team's going to have to be giving up maybe players, and then that's interesting as well. How are you trying to get stronger by giving up good players? It's tough.
All right, we'll see if any moves are made tonight. But A.J. Brown, that was a big deal last night, and then C.J. says Hollywood Brown is not a needle mover.
You don't think so?
Not enough. Like, if your goal is to win a championship, I mean, he's not going to be the difference to doing that. You might get an extra win or two, but it's not too big.
I think it's like par for course for Arizona.
It's like almost bigger for the Ravens side, right? Because Lamar Jackson, you upset your starting quarterback.
And he's self-representing himself in contract negotiations.
Who?
He doesn't have an agent.
Lamar?
Yeah.
He doesn't?
No.
Wow.
Just heard that this morning. And that's why they think part of the reason that the contracts have just not moved anywhere. I heard that he also came out and said that he's so focused on winning a Super Bowl, he wants to earn his paycheck. I was like, that's a big statement.
I appreciate that, Lamar, but that's not how it works.
No, we need to make sure that you're here for beyond next year.
Yeah.
No, I think for the Arizona, as long as Cliff Kingsbury is there with Kyler Murray, they're going to do stuff like this every year. They've been super aggressive on the offensive side of the ball every single season. since they got there, and that's just the nature of offensive coach. I mean, look at what the Rams are doing each and every year. Last year they went after. 2 years ago they go and get Hopkins. They went aggressive, and that was a big deal when they went and traded for DeAndre Hopkins.
Were they the ones that brought in Watt?
Yep. Now that was but that was like old bring in, but still they go and got AJ Green.
But just an example of what they've done, and even before that, of course, they get a quarterback first overall.
Yep.
Immediately give up on him, fire their coach, bring in a coach, Murray. Like that. Yeah, you're right.
They're going to do this every year on the offensive side of the ball. And look, I tell you, that wide receiver room is if he's not a needle mover, according to CJ, he is when you have DeAndre Hopkins on the other side and Rondell Moore. I mean, AJ Green's the worst receiver on that team right now.
I like Rondell Moore. Tony, this kind of stemmed from you Wednesday night at Sports Trivia asking, when did Allen Robinson go to L.A.? I had one of those moments last night when I was thinking about the Titans. When did Robert Woods go to the Titans?
Yeah, that's the secret one. I almost thought they had no receivers.
And I did too, because Julio's done, right, in Tennessee?
I think
if he's not, he's not
like,
much
looks
of a
like he's
factor
done
anyway.
in football.
Right.
Talk about falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
Really
you see that happen with like running backs and quarterbacks, but I guess that happens with every position, receiver included. But they do have Robert Woods, who's coming off an injury. They had Burks in the draft from Arkansas after shipping off A.J. Brown. But just another example of when did that really good player go there. So
I think where CJ is probably right is he's not gonna he's gonna demand the top contract, right, as next year after Brown.
Hollywood Brown?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, the Tennessee guy.
You're thinking A.J. Brown.
Yeah. That went to Philly, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And he's going to get.
He would deserve it if he stays healthy.
Right,
really
and they probably are worried about sinking the costs. He
already signed
his big deal.
A.J. Brown signed a 4-year deal like immediately after the trade.
Oh wow!
So he's there and he's getting paid.
Heck yeah!
So he's got his. All right, let's talk Panthers. We were at the CW, our mutual friends party. I had the C3 video up throughout the night, but especially when the pick was being made. Y'all had some great numbers. So
yeah, we did.
On that.
We're doing some pretty good numbers.
And a lot of folks chiming in on the chat, folks sending in donations.
I know.
You'll always appreciate,
cool.
I'm sure.
That was.
So I'm watching it when y'all's pick is about to be made. First of all, y'all are surprised probably that you get your pick of the litter for the lineman, right?
Yeah.
You thought you'd be down. So there was 3 big boys.
Right.
You thought you'd be down to 2, like 1, maybe 2.
There would be
best.
1 there for sure.
Yeah.
The way that it looked like things were going to happen, but there was a real opportunity that Jacksonville could have taken an offensive lineman, and a team like
my
Houston
Texans buddy Jake thought they were going O-lineman at 3.
Yeah, Houston or Detroit could have also done that as well. And then you get the pick up. Then it gets then you get to really see behind the curtain that way. That's the cool part about that.
So it looked like, and this is one of those too, Tony. You never get too fired up about an O lineman, but from what I saw, it looked like y'all were pleased.
Yeah.
Again, there wasn't hooting and hollering. There was not, this sucks. It was like, all right, we got this guy. Let's roll.
I think that there's 2 things that came into that reaction. Number 1, it's an offensive lineman. Number 2, I think we've been calling for this for so long that it's just like, oh wow, she said yes. We've been we're getting married. And then
on our post-game show after football games, if what is supposed to happen in the game happens, the call-in show's boring.
Yeah.
But if something even better than expected or way less than expected happens, that's when you have the blow-up. This was kind of expected.
And I think the other thing is now we're trying to go, well, how the heck do we attack the rest of the draft when we don't pick till Saturday? So you're kind of shell-shocked by just first-round emotions. But no, that's the guy I wanted when it comes to the offensive lineman. I liked him better than, but when I just look at them all, I don't know anything. I watched 3 minutes on YouTube on all of these guys, and I would have been happy with them. But it is nice when you get all 3. And the reason I tell you this is listening to the front office Scott Fitter listened to Matt Rule and David Tepper when they called Aquanu. Like, it was like they were gushing. Like, he was like, yeah, man, I'm ready, fired up, coach. I'm ready to go. And they're like, we're so happy to have you. We're lucky. We're so lucky. I mean, it was just like, God. I mean, we got it. You're lucky.
They didn't think he was going to be there at all.
Oh, but do it, Lord.
I mean, and you had all three of those left tackles there at 6. You had all three, every single one. That's the pick you make, right? Am I?
Yeah, I mean, that is the pick that's the pick we should have made last year. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we did it. We did exactly what you're supposed to. Finally. Yeah. So, I mean, and then it is hard to get crazy excited.
Yeah.
I mean, really, there's only like a couple of people in the any draft that are going to make you crazy excited, and that is a quarterback, because that is just so sexy. Yeah. Some sort of star offensive player that you know is going to just like dominate for the next whatever, or maybe I wouldn't even be, if we would have gotten Aiden Hutchinson, I don't think I would have been any more excited than I was last night.
Well, one of the first things I said to Chandler after that was, well, Matt Rule's gone. And that was based off of your take that if they go quarterback, they're saying we're all in with Rule. Like, we're going to give the fans something exciting. Yeah. If they go tackle, they're saying we're building for the future. That future probably doesn't include Matt Rule. I mean, do you still have that take? Or did you talk about that last night?
Well, yeah, that's actually where we kind of focused our discussion on is what does this mean for this year? You know, it's like, and what does it mean for Rule? But then there's been some kind of cool comments from Tepper that like at least continue to intimate more faith in Matt Rule than anybody else has. So then you're like, maybe it's not as bad as we thought.
Yeah.
But there is one thing. Malik Willis is still there.
That he is, because only one quarterback was taken last night. Bad news is the Panthers don't have a pick for a while. Can they get a pick?
Today on the Charlotte Sports Radio, Scott Fitter called from Las Vegas, right? So that's where the draft's at. And he called at the 8 o'clock hour. So that must have been 5 in the morning there. And the host of the Mac Attack, he said, today, the final parts of Ozark came out.
True.
And my wife really, really wants to watch it tonight.
My wife's already texted me about it. And she said, I hate Wendy, and I said, no spoilers.
I know. So he goes, but I don't want to commit to watching Ozark if there is an opportunity that the Panthers somehow find a way into the second round. He goes, should I watch Ozark? He said, I don't think you should watch Ozark.
I tell you what.
And I was like, so now we're all going like this.
That's not a good move by him, because if they don't, now he's on your list. If they don't move back up, you wasted a Friday night watching the draft, no Panthers pick. You're going to add him to the Rule list.
That's what the guy said. He said, don't make my wife mad.
Yeah.
He said, because now I'm not watching Ozark. And if this doesn't happen.
He's also ruining relationships.
Yeah. No, but I think it means that they...
You think they're at least attempting.
This is something like all of a sudden they could really be interested in doing. There's enough value.
Now that would move the needle if the Panthers somehow move back in, draft a QB.
Yeah.
Now, folks,
then you're starting to worry, man. Matt Rule might keep his job.
Well, I was going to ask you, if the Panthers do find a way to do this and get the quarterback that they want, what did you say last night on the C3 Panther podcast? This is a nod to.
What? I don't know.
To Rule. It's a nod.
It is. I mean, it is like there's a potential. They really have gone and tried to assemble a good team this year, and they didn't sell him down the river entirely. Like the additions on the offensive line have been so important. Mm-hmm. Bozeman, Corbett. Mm-hmm. This offensive line is completely remade, and it's really neat. I think thankfully the Chiefs showed us that you can do this sometimes. It's like it doesn't take you 20 years to build a line. As they went and refashioned the whole line in one draft. Mm-hmm. So the Panthers all of a sudden, we're actually kind of maybe it's just the optimism that surrounds the draft. Maybe it's the optimism of the future and stuff. But like there are some real parts on this Panthers team, and it's just like, hey, I'm even wondering if Sam Darnold can go out there and win 9 games, and I think it's possible.
I love it. That's part of being a fan.
Yeah.
You go through those roller coasters. Y'all need to be happy about something. Y'all been so depressed.
Well, listen, man, when you look at this line, all of a sudden you've got potentially, depending on where you put Akim Aquano, it could be left tackle or left guard from day one. You got Austin Corbett, who's a guard.
Yeah.
You've got Bozeman, who's going to be playing center.
Yeah.
You could put any of the other guys at the right guard. And because you still have Eflin, who stinks, but he's on the team. You have Deontay Brown, Brady Christensen.
You got the depth. You know that.
But offensive line, and then you get Christian McCaffrey behind that sucker.
Yeah, the picture that I saw from left to right, you have Iquanu, you have Brady Christensen at the left guard, you have Bozeman, who we got from the Ravens.
Then Corbett.
Then you have Corbett at the right guard coming off a Super Bowl championship, and then you also have Moton manning that right side. And to me, that is just
you have one thing holding you back from a playoff offense, playoff team,
a quarterback,
a
coach, and a quarterback.
Well, maybe 2 things. We'll see on that. And we were having the discussion with. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back. You know what? I want to ask you your outlook on if Darnold's the quarterback. What do they do in 2022? And then if they go a different direction tonight and try to bring in somebody, what does it look like? And we'll look at more NFL draft night 2 coming up. All the quarterbacks out there other than Kenny Pickett, all the running backs still available, and still some big names on the board. We'll talk about it when we return after this.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject, rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
Pirate Radio.
Give us a chance. We're going to be different. We're going to play with a lot of fire and intensity, and we're not going to back down from anybody.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 55,000 followers today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Free Beer Friday. We got some Busch Latte to give away in Hour 3 of our show. We've got Night 2 of the NFL Draft coming up, watching CBS Sports HQ. They are now doing some running back comparisons because we're going to see some of these guys go off the board because it is not sexy to draft a running back in round 1. In fact, none were taken in last night's draft. Panthers had McCaffrey. Panthers drafted Oklahoma State guy last year. What's his name? Running back.
Chuba Hubbard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Hubbard. What? Boy, not a fan of him.
No.
Really?
Nah.
I thought he did pretty good.
I was going to be... I got too excited about him and his name too quick.
Yeah. When you got a guy with a cool name, you really expect him to be real
and
good.
What do you like about him with this new offensive line, though? The chances of his success?
I like this Foreman guy. That's what I like.
Yeah. The guy
I don't
from
know. I mean,
Tennessee.
it's just
Deontay Foreman?
Yeah.
He was okay. He just fumbled the ball a little bit too much. He always looked like he was about to fumble. So, I mean, I'm not ready to just say all of a sudden this guy's going to be good.
Yeah.
I drafted him late in our fantasy. I'm always trying to find these guys in our fantasy football league.
Well, he played a lot, didn't he? And got a lot of touches.
Yeah.
Well, of course. McCaffrey was there.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, running back not on the agenda, but potentially trading back into round 2 or 3.
Man, and you have to do it early. You go for Malik Willis is the one that I want to just go aggressively after. But then there's Desmond Ridder. Some people like that.
But, so what if they did it and got Sam Howell like that? You don't want them to just get a quarterback for the sake of getting one. Right. You want like Willis or bust kind of thing.
That's how I'm sitting personally.
Yeah.
I do think Howell could potentially find some success in the NFL. He's got a lot of Baker Mayfield vibes. I think it's just because he looks like him.
Yeah,
like he literally looks like him. So, he I think led college football last year with the deep ball or something like that. I mean, he's not bad. I also don't trust Carolina players at all. Like when was the last one that's been really good?
Julius Peppers.
No,
that's a long time ago.
Hakeem Nicks,
Trey Boston.
Would you consider Hakeem Nicks, Trey Boston good?
Oh man,
wasn't there the Robert?
I would say ECU's had more successful pro football players than Carolina at this point.
Robert Quinn.
Yeah.
Remember Quentin Coples?
Yep.
He didn't do anything.
Jets high pick.
Yeah.
We do. I did this on your show and on my show.
Oh, Javonte Williams,
running back.
Yeah. For the
we take the past and unfairly
use it,
put it on a current guy.
I know it's like taking a USC receiver.
Yeah, I mean, I did it last night with Dotson, kind of jokingly. Just the fact that his name is Jahan Dotson, and we just drafted Josh Dotson.
Yeah, and
it didn't work out, but I don't know.
That's why we're fans, man. Yeah, like I mean, of course, this is how we think. Like anytime the whole joke about Pickett wearing gloves, everybody is always saying, "Well, Teddy Bridgewater wore gloves and Derek Carr wore gloves, or whichever Carr."
David. Somehow you always mix it up.
Every time.
Yeah, it's a great bit you got going. You know the right name. You just do it on purpose. Tony Dunn joining us. Tony, I love your optimism, and Chandler before you got here was reeling off the names on the O-line. Although, Chandler, you made a comment and you backed off of it after I challenged you on it, that with Sam Darnold, the Panthers will win 2 games next year.
Ooh.
I was like, wait a minute.
Nah, they win 9.
Wait a minute. I'm telling both of y'all to wait a minute. Let's go somewhere in between.
I'm going to go 7. I think we'll go 2 more wins than the 5 wins we've had in the first 2 years of the Matt Rule era.
Well, Tony, what's gotten into you with all this optimism all of a sudden?
Well, the offensive line was so horrendous last year, and it's just been bad since 2015. Honestly,
it's been bad since you've joined me on the show.
Pretty much, we had 1 year in 2015 where it was above average, and that we had Orr. What was his name?
Michael
Orr, and then Mike Remmers, who they got abused in the Super Bowl, but they were pretty good all year long.
Byron Bell. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I just tried.
Trey Turner was good at that point. Ryan Khalil was there, but since then, the offensive line has just not only been bad, but every attempt to make it better has failed miserably. And
how genuine were the attempts? Was it like putting duct tape on it, or did they actually go out, draft guys, bring like?
A lot of it's been through free agency and the trade market.
Yeah,
you look at John Miller, who just last year where we added on was not.
Well, we did. It depends on what you think of drafting Greg Little in the 2nd round. We traded up to get Greg Little.
Dennis Daly.
You thought, man, okay, a little bit of effort, but it's a little too late. I don't know, Clip. I want to say that it's. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by puppy talk.
There's a dog in the studio.
There's a dog in the studio. Matt Khalil. Like, it depends on if you think that is an overreaction, which I felt it was. It was like, oh, God, we don't know what to do, so we just got to go and get whoever is available. And so I don't think it's been particularly genuine. I think it's been trying to throw some things at it, but they haven't allocated all the resources. But this year, it really looks like that finally we didn't get retreads. We didn't get guys that are coming off an injury.
Russell Okung.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Russell Okung would have been great if we would have gotten him the first time instead of Matt Khalil.
Who was the guy you hated last year from the Chiefs?
Who did I hate from the Chiefs?
Oh, my gosh.
He was on the Panthers?
Yes.
It's Cam Irvin.
Cam Irving, yeah.
So you got 3 new names on the line this year, right?
Yeah.
That you were talking about.
Well, we have Austin Corbett that we mentioned earlier. You got Bozeman, who's been the anchor of that Ravens offensive line for the past couple of years.
And they're still in their prime.
Yeah. And they're trying to make some money, too, these guys. So I think that we finally got guys that are coming in. The problem is we've always added dudes to this line that were marginally good, and we were like, oh, maybe they'll be better, and finally we're not getting that. It's kind of like a quarterback. It's kind of like Sam Darnold's story. It's like, oh, well, they were in bad circumstances, so you put them in better circumstances and they'll be better. Finally we get a guy that has been pretty good and been healthy.
We get a guy in a good circumstance that was good,
and then bring him in and to make us better. So we finally did that. But I am pushing. I think the Panthers are set to win kind of a go on a 9-game run, man. I think that is like, that's what I'm setting the bar at, is under 9 games is a failure of a season.
Well, and this
no matter who the quarterback is.
The off season's very long, and we talk every week, so there's going to be ebbs and flows. But I remember one conversation we had already this off season about if the Panthers win 9 games, that's the worst case scenario for you rule haters.
Yeah,
because that's like on the bubble of, should we bring them back?
Well,
that's what's going to happen.
Tony, just a few weeks ago, you said that you did not want a 12-2 12-5
Tony
season.
said a lot of things.
I have said a lot of things.
And now you're like, it's going to be a 9-win season.
I'm saying it is going to be a 9-win season.
I'm with you, man. I'm like that.
I'm not saying I'm going to be happy that Matt Rule is going to be deciding our future necessarily, but maybe they're finally getting some wisdom up in the room. It does feel like Scott Fitterer is driving the car a little bit more this year than he has in the past.
But that, and again, do we have an official answer on this? Because I remember Chandler saying something to the effect of, if that's what Matt Rule wants. And I said, well, wait, Matt Rule, the head coach, is making these decisions? So, like, who is the guy with the finger on the button? Who has the button? Do you not know?
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't. It does feel like it's shifted a little bit towards Fitterer implementing a plan.
But we do know that Rule has had a lot of influence and has been heavily in the situations in the past.
I guess that was part of his thing when he came in. Like Tepper said, you're our guy.
Yeah.
We're going to let you call the shots. And
I think Tepper's had his hand in it a little bit too. You know, I mean, he was the first guy that talked to our draft pick last night. Is that normal? I felt like that's only what Dallas does.
that is a very Jerry move.
Yeah.
A very Snyder move.
Yeah. There's only like 2 or 3 owners I could think off the top of my head that do that they make it about them.
Man.
And David Tepper was the first one to talk to him.
I know we're not supposed to mention this name anymore, but Jerry Richardson always talked last. I do remember that.
Really?
Yeah, before they hung up the phone, he was the last
They had to
one.
wake him up.
The big cat.
So
a lot of Snyderisms with this Tepper guy.
Yeah.
Well, we promised Rock Hill Jerry Jones, but we gave him Dan Snyder.
Man, he had the worst press conference.
That was a disaster.
Oh, was that earlier this week?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was
sweating bullets whenever asked about
the media. What happened is the Charlotte media, who's always was especially like cordial and nice.
You think they were like
they came after him, and I think that the media room, which is usually full of sports guys, somehow they gave out a bunch of passes to like general press.
Yeah.
And so it was like, hi, this is Sandy whatever from Rock Hill. What do you think? What do you want to say to the fans of Rock Hill? He's like,
yeah.
God. I mean, it was just, and then they were asking about the football team. He's like, I don't want to talk about the soccer team. I'm only here to talk football. I was just waiting for somebody to go, well, if I say football, can we talk about it then?
I saw Josh Graham put out, and he's the worst Twitter ever, but put out some quotes, or like, I think he was paraphrasing a bit, but it was like, I saw that question about the soccer team, and he said, I'm here to talk about football. And then it was like a football related question. He was like, well, I'm not going to address that. So like everything you asked, he was like, well, I'm not talking about that today.
I know it was, but it was the media. They really got on his nerves. And this is the thing: is I've realized that when people of power and money, they're not used to people screwing with them.
Well, everybody around them are like yes men.
Yeah. And like he was just like immediately on the third question, just irritated. It was like, oh God, here comes the angry billionaire.
This is why I don't deal with peasants anymore.
Exactly.
They ask too many dumb questions.
And I got a problem with the man. My problem with David Tepper at this point is he's worth $16 billion now, is what they've valued him at, which is double almost what he was just 5 years ago. It was $10 billion before, almost, you know. And this guy wears an $8 Kmart shirt, man. Like, come on.
You think he does that to try to be like, hey, I'm one of you guys. I'm a regular Joe.
All I know is this, is we got a billionaire owner and a coach who's worth $64 million, and these guys dress like they got slobs.
And I did mention this to you, Tony. We have talked about Matt Rule's frumpy look.
Yeah.
And if your owner was a typical old white man like all the other owners, he looks like a supervillain. The glasses, the shaved head.
Yeah.
He looked like Lex Luthor, right?
Lex Luthor.
Somebody was there's a cartoon character that has the big mighty. God, what is it? I'm going to have to look it up. But yeah, he looks like also.
Megamind?
Yes, Megamind.
Yeah,
That's what he said, was Megamind. He also, have you seen Daredevil?
I have not watched that.
Oh, he looks like the bad guy from Daredevil.
He looks evil. Like, that is not a good... He's got to have somebody on his team that says we need to soften your look a little bit. I don't know what you do.
Yeah, it looks like you have an evil layer somewhere.
Yeah, and you've got the money to do that. So you...
He does. It's deep underneath Bank of America Stadium.
Speaking of looks, I know we have trashed Matt Rule in the past for the way he looks, especially the time that all the coaches in the NFL, look nice.
The photo op, yeah.
But I do have to give it to old Matty. Last night he looked sharp.
He wore the.
He had his. He actually. I think he took a shower.
Yeah.
His hair was combed.
He did look good.
And had a suit on. So.
I was thinking of the evil layer thing clip. Do you remember that one was a playoff game for the Cowboys? Maybe it was playoff games, and they showed Jerry Jones in his box, and then they flip to the field, and then they flip back, and he's on the field.
It teleported.
And I was like, holy cow, this guy has a secret slide somewhere.
Yeah. That's, I know no telling what goes on in that tunnel from the booth to the field.
Terry, I like him. I ain't gonna lie, I like him. Cue it.
Charlie's holding a dog. No glory hole talk.
No glory hole talk.
Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. One more segment to go with Tony Dunn. It is day 2 of the NFL draft, rounds 2 and 3 tonight, gentlemen. Was it a fast-moving draft?
I thought it moved.
It was slow early on, and then it was like boom, pick, trade, pick, boom, boom.
They're in the last I'd say 12 picks of the first round. It seemed like whenever they would switch, all right, you're on the clock, boom, pick is in. But I remember looking, and it was like the 17th or 18th pick, and it was like 9:30.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, after that, it was just kind of smooth sailing from there.
We'll take a timeout, come back when we go Pirate Live out of here.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
The Wood Ducks are back at Granger Stadium this upcoming week versus the Carolina Mudcats, April 26th through May 1st. Join us for Thirsty Thursdays with $1 Natty Lights, Friday night postgame fireworks, Saturday giveaway of a 5th season pint glass, and $1 Bring Your Dog to the Ballpark on Sunday. Go online to get your tickets in advance at woodducksbaseball.com or at the box office the day of the game. Hope to see you at Granger Stadium all weekend cheering on the Wood Ducks. Go Woodies!
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Pirate Radio is the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is Clip Brock.
Shirley, did you get a pop?
My nephew got a pop, but he brought it in to show it to me.
I love pops. I ain't
This
got
one
in a
is
long time.
this is a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
from the Japanese TV series.
All right.
So this is a very unique one.
I got 3 pops, and I cannot lie. I've got John Locke from Lost, Bray Wyatt, the wrestler, and
Clip Brock Jr.
Don Corleone.
I have one.
Vito Corleone.
I have one pop.
What's your pop?
Spider-Man.
Nope.
Oh. Well, what's that?
Where did I go?
Winona Earp.
Winona Earp. That's the one I've got.
You got an Earp pop?
I have an Earp pop.
Those are, I thought that was going to be a new fascination for me, but I got out of it quickly, luckily, because they look really cool. I just don't have like a cool display or anything.
Yeah,
but
my nephew has a ton of them.
Yeah, I could see how they'd be very addictive because it almost got me. All right, Tony Dunn, Chandler Honeycutt here on a Friday. Tony, what is your broadcast schedule for the C3 guys this weekend? What are y'all doing?
Right now, usually on Fridays we have a 7:00 fan show, like Friday free for all. But since we don't have a second and third round pick, they moved it to Saturday. We're calling it Saturday sit-in because we have 3 fourth round picks. So right now,
break down.
Yeah. So I guess that starts around 5. I think 5 or 5 o'clock on Saturday. And then we'll be back on Tuesday. But right now, man, I'm really wondering if the Panthers are going to slip right into like 34, 35, 36, somewhere in there and try to get Malik Willis. And if so, then we're going to have to
do some emergency
broadcasting.
Yeah. Yeah, break in and talk about it. So, I'll see if I can find the TV schedule for the rest of this thing. Now,
breaking news.
It's going to be about Trevor Bauer. Yeah, for the next 4 hours. You used to like break down, know the prospects and everything. Did you guys talk last night about what you want? Let's say you don't get back in the second round.
Right.
Like, what are you looking at 4th round and beyond for this team?
I asked the guys that because I absolutely don't know one name. I don't know one. I mean, I know the Chad Muma.
And you don't even know his name.
Yeah.
You know a name and you don't even know the name.
Muma.
Oh, Tony's not good with names.
Yeah, I'm not good with names. But he, some linebacker. But I asked them, has the way that we our picks are selected or dispersed, the first, and then there's such a long wait to 137 or 136. Has that changed the way you've not only looked and prepared for the draft, but your excitement about it? And for me, it just kind of piled only my attention to the first. In the past, I want to talk about the first round, but then you could legitimately say, all right, well, if we're in the second, are there guys on the offensive line that are there going to be depth pieces there? Are there linebacker pieces? And for me, it seems so far down the road that really the only thing we're talking about is what are some position groups that might have some depth at that, and not even talk about people's names. Like if you're able to nail somebody and you get the 148th pick, right?
So I joked about our buddy CW, and he is a guy. Last night he was literally wearing a hoodie with the NFL shield on it.
Nice. In
his man cave. He's got some bug stuff, but he also has a plaque, a post, whatever you want to call it, of the NFL shield. He is Mr. Protect the Shield. He's Mr. Football, Mr. Draft.
He's crazy good at it.
He does these prop sheets. I said, CW, if you really love the shield and the league and the draft as much as you say you do, we should do this for the 6th and 7th round. We should do prop sheets for that. If you really know your stuff, that's when you make your money. Of course, I was joking with him, because
and he was like, "Well,
he said,
bring it up,
I would love to do that if y'all were in." Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, you're right. It is such a crapshoot at that point, and that you can go back and find diamonds in the rough from those rounds. Tom Brady, of course, comes to mind, but it's so rare. That's why we know Tom Brady and those names that have done that, because a lot of these guys don't even make it to June, July, August. Like, I don't know, you don't get much of a shot.
You're always going to find them, but we just don't know about them until 4 years from now or 2 years from now. I mean, if you think about it, like tight ends, all the great tight ends came in the 3rd round, Kittle and them. Oh, and speaking of your Josh DeHodson, whatever his name is, what's his name? Jacob DeHodson?
Who's the guy you're throwing the ha. You're throwing the ha in the last name. It's in the first.
It's in the first one.
Jahan Dotson.
It's Jahan Dotson. Okay, so
kind of like John DeHodson.
Yeah.
John DeHodson.
I knew there was something different about it that had an H, but I was looking at, like I said, I was looking at his highlights because I knew he was going to come in here and talk, and I know who he reminds me of. Not only Curtis, he's a blend. If Curtis Samuel and little Tyler Lockett had a baby.
Well, that's why
little baby
people
Lockett
are excited about the pick, because the comp is Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, who K-State University, man, he was the real concern and fear for him just was as being too small and durability at that point, and he's just been electric. He's been man, and that's one of those diamond in the rough picks.
Yeah,
I mean, he was in the same realm that I think it was the same year of Jamison Crowder. That we were like, kind of like, those were guys like, because
I remember we drafted Crowder right before Hardy got taken.
Yeah,
and that might have been the Lockett year.
Yeah, so there was all these we were all circling, looking for these type of receivers at the time. But Tyler Lockett has been just sensational, and there's no one that tracks the deep ball better than him in the NFL.
Well, now, and that's a great. I saw Steve say Malik Willis to the Seahawks, because he doesn't have Russell Wilson anymore. He has Drew Lock currently. The Seahawks are definitely going to make some move at quarterback, and they might be the team that does grab Malik Willis or Corral or one of those other QBs tonight. Tony Dunn here, Chandler Honeycutt. Chandler, all right, what is that position group? What do the Panthers need to shore up here this weekend?
I guess it would be the linebacker position, wouldn't it?
Particularly since Damian Wilson got arrested for fake killing a cat.
Fake killing a cat? What is that?
I told you that. You didn't know that? I've told you that.
So tell me again.
Where he got arrested, where he goes to his ex-girlfriend broke up with him. So he goes there and threatens her with a tire iron, supposedly. Then takes her laptop, wraps it up in a blanket, and proceeds to go outside and smash it on the concrete, but tells her her cat.
I'm not laughing at this.
Oh no! It's
don't laugh.
Don't laugh at this.
Don't laugh at this. Now.
I'm not laughing.
But
don't laugh.
When I read that, I was like, first when I was reading the story, I'm making these. I read fast, and I'm like, making judgments as I'm reading, and I go, why is he gonna wrap the
I was going to ask the same question.
And then break it. I was like, is he worried about getting glass on the floor?
He's not a litter bug.
Right. And then he goes, but then he said it was her cat. And all I could think of was the funny man from Boondock Saints where he smashes the table and the gun accidentally goes off and it kills the cat. You don't remember that?
All I can think about is like, I went to WWE where they would have like a fake baby and the guy punted it into the stands like it was a real baby.
Don't laugh.
Don't laugh at it.
Don't laugh.
Wait,
but
so
that's what he did.
If you want to mimic a cat, I don't think a laptop is something you want to wrap up.
I think it was just bag, but still, is that
I got your cat.
hey, your cat? Boom, boom, boom.
By the way, this guy sounds like a total piece of crap.
Well, he was a former Dallas Cowboy.
Explain.
Explain. So he was brought in to be, I think, a starting linebacker on this team, and now we're not going to have the cat killer.
Well, yeah, have you released him?
No, they're like, we have to wait till this unfolds. So now I just got to find somebody in the league on offense that either really likes cats or has some sort of feline resemblant name. And we got to be like, don't make us send Damian Wilson after you.
He'll wrap you up. What a story that is. I did not hear that story.
I thought I told you, man.
He fake killed a cat.
I love it. I actually said, you know what? Now I like this guy.
I mean, what an oddball there. Okay, so linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, we've been through the ringer with linebackers, with obviously a guy that hasn't even played a snap, a guy you just told the story about. What about a story? Damian Wilson.
I know.
You do have Frankie Louva, who we really like, especially as a special teams player. I think that's somebody that can come in and play a part in that starting 11 on defense. You think about a Denzel Perryman who came in and barely played for the Panthers, ended up going and making a Pro Bowl for the Raiders last year.
I think we have linebacker bad luck now. Our linebacker luck ran out. We had linebacker luck for over 15 years.
Count going back to
Dan Morgan.
Do you count Beeson?
Will Weatherspoon to Thomas Davis and Beeson
and then
to
now it's Kuechly with the early retirement.
So your guy Shaq Thompson ruined it for everybody.
He was the last bit of luck.
Oh, you're calling him on the.
He
good
was
side.
like, it was like, you got the scratch off ticket and you just got your money back.
You got the $1 or the $5 spot.
Shaq Thompson, could he be the longest tenured linebacker for the Panthers ever?
Ever?
No. It's got to be Thomas Davis.
Well, you had Kuechly, who was there for 8 years.
Thomas Davis was there from like 07 to.
Adding to the list, Thomas Davis. Really, I mean, he was a big contributor, but you talk about the injuries he had. 3 different ACL tears.
He had more different legs than Shaq has had years at Carolina.
Yeah, he's had more ACL surgeries than Shaq had numbers. And then Shaq's up to 2.
All right, Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com, joining us. What do you call the guy you drafted?
Icky.
Icky?
Yeah. Oh, and I was trying to remember this on the show. What was the T-shirt name that you helped me the T-shirt idea that you said I had to come up with?
Oh, it was what the lineman coach said.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Yeah.
Gritty
MFers?
Yeah.
Mofos, whatever you want to say.
And now think about this,
Icky and Gritty.
I mean, you talk about James Campen.
Yep.
James Campen comes in his first year, a veteran offensive line coach. Is basically just a bit. He's been around the league to just about every single team.
Yeah.
And he comes in with a pretty solid offensive line. That has to be an upside there too.
I've been watching old Seinfelds. Did you watch Seinfeld?
Some.
Remember the one where George is talking to the guys from Houston and they keep calling each other sons of bitches and cussing, and then George is yelling at them, calling them SOBs as a joke. And anyway, I bet Campen called Icky and was like, "Hey, MFer, you son of a bitch, ready to come down to Carolina, boy?" Yeah.
He's like, "Yes, sir."
Dude, I'm already here. I'm from Carolina. All right, Tony, good stuff, buddy. Enjoyed it. Check out the C3 podcast. Check them out Saturday during the draft. The draft, Tony, starts at noon on Saturday, rounds 4 through 7. So it'll go pretty long, but folks can check out the C3 coverage this weekend. And if you're a Jaquan McMillan fan, you want to see some cornerbacks start to go off the board. There was, of course, Sauce and the number 3 pick last night. Any other corners that you guys remember? We need to see some of those guys flying off. So hopefully Jaquan can get picked. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Morgan Ahlers joins us when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one.
Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a Black Tie Gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project, and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala, Saturday, May 14th.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville on Bells Fork at Bells Fork, I should say, and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hour 3, it is Busch Latte Hour, so you can be a winner coming up later on in today's program. We'll open up the Pirate Radio Live line, give away a 15-pack of the 16-ounce aluminum bottles of Busch Latte, also a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. We'll do that later on in hour number 3. In fact, how about we do it at the end of this segment? So stay tuned after our conversation with Morgan Ahlers, who is set to join us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Day 2 of the NFL Draft, Day 1 of East Carolina's series with Cincinnati, which gets underway at 6:30. CJ Schaefer on the way out to Clark LeClaire. Chandler Honeycutt taking over video production duty. Shirley Rhodes is here, and Morgan Ahlers is on the Pirate Radio Live line. Morgan, how you doing today, sir?
I am doing great, Clipster. How about yourself?
Doing good. Morgan, you might have a future in NFL scouting or general management work, because you said last week, I gave you the list of QBs, and you said your guy would be Kenny Pickett. I guess the NFL teams agreed with you. He was the only quarterback taken in round 1 last night. We knew that we didn't know much about this draft. And where would Malik Willis go? How about Ritter? Could he sneak into the first round? Matt Corral. You like Pickett the most. He was the only QB taken last night by the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you'll see a lot of quarterbacks come off the board tonight, I would imagine. But I don't know. Was that surprising to you at all, Morgan, that was the only QB called last night?
Not really. There was a lot of questions going in. I heard you talking about it earlier regarding the maybe a good backup draft
for
quarterbacks. And I think that might be the case. Not that some won't develop into starters in the league, but I don't think there's that one surefire guy that everybody's got to have. And as you know, the last, 5 or 6 drafts when quarterbacks have been picked really high, with the exception maybe of Trevor Lawrence down there, and yet the school's still out on him. But when the quarterbacks get picked pretty high, they sort of tumble by the wayside. You look at Baker Mayfield, he's still trying to find a home. They're still trying to find a place for him. There's just been guys that's happened to, and I think most of your better quarterbacks sort of come out mid to late rounds, and it's kind of funny when it works out like that.
I looked ahead at a 2023 mock draft just to get a taste of the quarterbacks, and the one I looked at had C.J. Stroud from Ohio State going 1, Bryce Young going 2, and that reminded me, Morgan, of something I saw last Friday when I was thinking about Holton Ahlers being draft eligible. And I'm looking at it now. This is a tweet from the Manning Passing Academy. They sent out some invites to Sam Hartman. Know that name well from QB1 on Netflix, and, of course, at Wake Forest. Bryce Young is on this list. Michael Pratt from Tulane. We've seen a lot of him. And Holton Ahlers on this list as well, Morgan. And that's really cool. The invite to the Manning Passing Academy. So congratulations to Holton and the family on that. But when is that, Morgan? Is that something this offseason?
Yeah, it's the end of June, I believe, down in, I believe they have it at Nicholls State down in Louisiana is where they usually have it. They had 1 year with COVID. They did not have the academy. And last year, I think it was not as big as it normally is. And I think they've invited 32 college quarterbacks to come in and be sort of counselors for that. And then they also get to do some work with some scouts and some, higher ups in the quarterback world. So it's about to be a lot of fun. He's looking forward to it, very excited about it, very honored. And very humbled for it.
Yeah, that is really cool. Manning Passing Academy, and that coming up later on this summer. Day 2 of the draft, Morgan, and just to kind of tell you how things change, this hasn't changed. You need a good O-line, a good D-line to win football games, and that kind of ruled round 1. Brian North called it a meat and potatoes draft, and that's kind of how it is. No running backs taken, 1 quarterback taken, so maybe we see some of those come off the board here tonight in rounds 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think I was looking at the sort of the numbers, maybe is a good way of putting it, but I think last night you had 9 offensive linemen taken in the first round, you had 1 quarterback, and you had 9 trades.
Yeah,
and that's kind of high when it comes to looking at the draft and what teams really want. I think they were taking maybe the best available player according to their needs is what you always want, but that doesn't necessarily always work out that way. I think for the Panthers, for instance, I think they got the guy they wanted. I really do, with Ickey coming out of NC State, the big left tackle. I think he's going to be a perfect fit for the Panthers. I was kind of excited to see Kenny Pickett stay in Pittsburgh. I thought that was a cool moment in the draft.
Yeah.
And, some of the outfits, I think, more maybe took the day more than their draft location might be, because there was some very interesting and glitzy tuxedos walking across that stage last night.
I do like that Ickey had the 704, the Charlotte area code, on a medallion on his chain. So he was representing where he's from and also where he's going. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was. That's good for him. I mean, he's worked hard, and they've done a really good job with him, developing him. He's put in the hard work, and now he's going to get, probably playing the league barring any injuries for many, many years. And he's the kind of guy, if you watch his film, I'm glad he's gone this year. When we play football, because that's a big bye-bye for NC State to fill as left tackle. But he was a man among men a lot of times, just manhandling people. And I think he's got a chance to do that in the league for a long time.
A guy trying to make it to the league, Morgan, back to the league, I should say, is Garrett McGinn, who has played with the Panthers, been with the Jaguars and others. He's in the USFL now, and saw a cool picture, kind of a bit of a sad picture, because Warren Saban was out of uniform because of his injury he suffered week 1 of the USFL, but saw a cool picture with Garrett and Warren on the field after a game last weekend. A couple of Pirates there trying to make it, and that was neat to see. Garrett McGinn's one of those guys that he's easy to root for, Morgan.
He is, and he's played well. I've watched 2 of the games that he's played in, not the full game, but watched him out there, and he's done a really good job. And that's what he needs to do, is get more reps under his belt. And whether he's a starter in the league, who knows? But he's really, looks like he's transformed his body a little bit. He's not maybe as thick as he was, but he's a lot bigger and leaner maybe than he was when he played here. But he looked like he did a great job. I think the first touchdown they scored of the year, they went right over his side, and he pushed the guy out of the way, and they scored a touchdown. So rooting for Garrett. Maybe he'll get another shot, I'm sure. And I think this USFL league, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think it's a good proving ground for some players. I think there's guys that'll play themselves out of a shot at the league.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of guys that are going to have a good shot at the league. They say, we played 10 games, here's my film on this. And, their name's going to maybe be front and center over an unproven rookie coming in.
Yeah, and hoping on Sunday and into Monday we'll learn the fate of some former Pirates, expecting Jaquan McMillan, if not drafted, to be one of the first people called after the draft, and hopefully he can pick a nice landing spot for him to become a rookie free agent. And, Tyler Snead just needs to get a foot in the door somewhere, Morgan. Hopefully all the film, all the great play he's put on tape over all these years is enough to get him a tryout, a workout, an invite to a rookie mini camp, and maybe some other Pirates too. Aaron Ramseur is a great athlete. Bruce Bivens, a really good football player. You might see some of these names creep up on Sunday and Monday for teams.
Yeah, I think they will. And it's funny, talking to some friends that I know and some folks that I know in the league, and how the free agent thing works over the last few years, and trying to get a feel for that a little bit. And they're talking to teams. They've been talking to teams for weeks, going like, okay, you're probably not going to get drafted, but we really like you. We want to bring you in. And that's when whoever they've signed with really has to do a good job of maybe putting the best 2 or 3 options in front of these guys the Tylers and the Jaquans and say, hey, this is where we need to go. This is our 1, 2, and 3. Just like the teams are drafting they're ranking who they want to get. And as a free agent, or you look at, okay, these are the top 3 teams we want. Let's see what we can do to get there, because our opportunity is better. And that's one of the things that's kind of neat to watch. I mean, look at what Blake Prohl did last year with the Vikings. He could have went to a number of different teams, but they looked at the Vikings, and talking with Ricky, his father, shortly afterwards, they said they felt this was the best opportunity for him to come in, get a spot on the team, and win. And he was doing great prior to the knee injury, and hopefully this year he'll be recovered. But, with Blake, golly gee, if he doesn't make it in the NFL, he can make it in Nashville or music business. It's the pipes, doesn't he?
I was going to say, he's putting out the jams right now, Morgan, but his name came up the other day. He was doing so well in Minnesota. They kept him around, right, even after the injury. So is he going to get another crack with the Vikings once he gets healthy?
That's what I understand.
Yeah.
I believe he is. I know they're going to bring him into camp, and, because he was on I think he was, if he didn't make it, he was definitely going to be on the practice squad.
Yeah.
And, but he was, from the way he was looking, and before he hurt his knee, he was playing lights out up there. And we knew he had great hands, and he really came on his last year here, the second half of the season, and showed what he could do. And hopefully it'll be a good move for Blake and his family. And pulling for Jaquan and Tyler and the rest of the guys trying to make a team this year. And again, with the USFL out there, and then you've got the XFL starting up next year. You've always got Canada. There's a lot of places to play football, and they all need players. So these guys are going to get a chance to play somewhere.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Morgan, college sports is completely off the rails and out of control. And I joked that it was like free agency. Well, it's even bypassed that at this point. And we saw it just in these last couple of days with ECU basketball. 7 newcomers in on Thursday, 1 out on Friday. Marlon Leston, the latest to enter the transfer portal. Marlon, we barely knew ye. 1 year here at East Carolina, and he is out as Mike Schwartz continues to kind of tinker with his first roster he'll have here at East Carolina. And I tell you what, Morgan, he really hit the ground running. We'll see how these guys pan out, but it's not for a lack of trying. He has brought in a lot of guys in a very short period of time here.
You and I talked about this when they made the decision to let Coach Dooley go, that there was going to be another mass exodus.
Yeah.
Bring in this. And people might not like to hear it, but this is just my opinion on it, and I'm hoping Coach Schwartz and his staff can really turn this thing around. And all things that I've heard from him have been nothing but really positive, good reviews about his coaching ability, his recruiting ability, and hopefully he and his staff can do that and get it done here. Because when the basketball team is playing fun, and it happened last year, quite a few games. When they're playing good, Minchie's Coliseum is a fun place to be, and you've seen it too. Though when they're not playing good, it's kind of bad. And hopefully they can get it turned around. But until they do, East Carolina and a lot of these, the way the transfer portal is, the East Carolinas of the world and the schools that are sort of in that middle echelon of college basketball programs are going to be stepping stones for players because of the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And until we can turn it around, it's going to be one of those, a 2-year school where a guy's going to come in for 2 years and say, hey, if it's not happening here, I'm going to go somewhere else where I can make it happen. It's a bad thing to say, but
Jaden Gardner, Tristan Newton, there's 2 examples from the last 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, and it's not fair to the young men coming in the program trying to establish themselves. I mean, I'm sure both of those guys you just mentioned, Tristan and Jaden, they would have loved to have stayed here. Had we been, in a position to win 18, 20 games, go to the tournament, go to a viable postseason tournament, they'd still probably be playing here right now.
Yeah.
And, but things change, and I'm really feel positive about Coach Schwartz and what he's doing over there. Haven't had a chance to meet him yet. I'm looking forward to and sitting down and getting to know him a little bit. But, again, everything I've heard, great coach, great recruiter, great person, got a great staff underneath him right now, and these players that are bringing in on paper, they look pretty good. So it's going to be interesting to see how things turn out for the Pirates.
I tell you what, and you understand this, Morgan, you're kind of reluctant to get excited about anyone when it comes to ECU basketball, but this guy they got from L.A., this averaged 33 points. He's on a AAU team, the Compton Magic, that has sent guys to the NBA. how the heck did we get him? Well, we got him because he's 5'8". He's undersized, probably overlooked. But I'm kind of excited to see that little guy in Minji's, and that's the guy I've kind of highlighted from this class so far. I want to see this little 5'8" point guard go to work in Minji's.
Yeah, East Carolina over the years has been the victim of 5'8" point guards.
That's a good point.
Think about some of the guys that have come in, like the young, I think his name was last name was Clemens, that played at Campbell.
How about Culpepper? What was he? UTEP? Was he that little Culpepper guy that was like 5'6" that dunked all over us?
Yes, and you got things like that have happened over the years, and maybe we finally got that 5'8" point guard that kills everybody else and really helps propel us to the next level.
Yeah,
nice.
Who knows? Morgan, good stuff, man. What you got going on this weekend?
I am actually setting up over here at the barn at St. Andrews for a wedding tonight. Head down to the Crystal Coast tomorrow for a wedding.
Man.
And we got work week and 2 more weddings next week and 3 more weddings the following week. So, yeah, fun.
Fun times for hopefully get some good food at those things.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, I'm trying to diet, so it's killing me.
That stinks. Morgan, I appreciate it, bud. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Cliff. You guys will be great, and as always, thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. There is the voice of Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium and Minji's Coliseum, Morgan Ahlers, joining us on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley Rhodes, it is time to give away some Busch Latte.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250 is the number. Shirley, what caller are we looking for?
Caller 12 must be 21 and over.
You can hit the music again. Is the music on?
Oh, I hit the. You know what happened? I hit the mouse when I was turning the mic on.
That was
crazy.
A complete cut to music there.
I didn't mean to do that. But
15-pack of Busch Latte aluminum bottles, large 2-topping pizza at Domino's. If you're caller 12, you win it. We'll be back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Pepper, oh no, they didn't! Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen!
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
What's the big deal? Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand-tossed pizza and a marble cookie brownie. He's going!
There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
Mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Josh Thomas, who was our big winner in our Free Beer Friday. He walks away with a 15-pack of the limited edition Busch Latte alumni aluminum bottles and a large 2-topping pizza at Domino's. Free Beer Friday is brought to you by Bud Light. Every day, especially game day, is better with an ice cold Bud Light. Pick up some Bud Light today at your favorite retailer. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989 and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Now, let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, NFL draft going on. Here's a somewhat Eastern North Carolina connection NFL player update.
Okay.
Wonder what Todd Gurley is up to?
You know what? I would know. I would like to know, is what I was trying to say.
As far as NFL teams, I have no idea, but I can tell you that earlier today he tweeted, "I want a pet raccoon so bad." Which sounds crazy, right?
Well, I guess if you've got the money that Todd Gurley has, I guess a raccoon is maybe not too much of a stretch.
Well, okay. That's crazy. But what's crazy is the replies and people. This guy says, my parents in Virginia had a whole family of them. They would come through the cat door at night and eat. They put a bowl out for a bowl of water out for them and everything. So they just let them in the house whenever. Apparently, people do have raccoons as pets. This guy said, all my life I tried to lure one into our house when I was a kid with a turkey, but it didn't work. All right. This Preston says, I had 2 when I was a kid. Is this a thing? I guess I'm the weird one. I didn't know this was the thing.
I mean, growing up, I always thought, stay away from raccoons. They have rabies.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of, but apparently.
Oh, I like this one too. It said they get really mean after a year and a half.
So you're only supposed to have them for like a year and then set them free?
Set them free, find a new owner. I don't know. I did not know pet raccoons were a thing.
Well, then again, I mean, there have been all sorts of animals that are kept as pets that you wouldn't normally think someone would keep.
Snakes shouldn't be a pet, but they are to some people.
I still don't understand that one. I don't like animals that don't have legs anyway, but
Is it still a thing? Surely it probably is. I just remember as a kid, I was fascinated when like one or two people in elementary school would say they had a ferret. Are ferrets still a thing?
Yeah, some people still have them, yes.
What a strange creature that is.
And apparently they smell really bad.
They look really weird. I don't know.
Some people find them cuddly.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, ferrets smell real bad.
I think this will be a good question for our non-baseball questions for our players next week. Like, if you could have a domesticated pet. Not a cat, not a dog, not a fish.
Exotic pet.
Not even a rabbit.
Exotic animal.
Not even a snake. We're going to go beyond that. Like something people don't normally have. What would you choose to be your pet? So, I think we'll put that on the list for
don't
Monday.
call me Carol Baskins, but I'd love to have a Bengal tiger.
Are you
a white one, though?
Are you a crazy tiger lady?
No.
But
I like those big cats.
They're beautiful.
I think they're just very majestic animals.
When they turn on you, you don't have a chance.
Well, if they turn on me, I'm lunch.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do about it.
All right, we'll table this conversation and bring it back on Monday.
Oh, before we go any further, I do have a quick Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall.
The Buck.
Wait, did I say that right?
Well,
brought to you by the Buck.
You said everything correctly, just not the Buck set up.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to set up, and I think I was like, I don't think I said it right.
I know what you were talking about.
Next time she finishes it with Buccaneer Music Hall, you have to say Buccaneer Music Hall.
Buccaneer Music Hall.
There you go.
ECU is taking on Wichita State right now at Max R. Joyner Family Stadium. Unfortunately, Wichita State has already hit 2 home runs in this game. They now lead the Pirates 6-0. They're only in the second inning.
It's a shock.
Oh, I take that back. Make that 7-0.
A shock to the system. Am I right?
Yeah.
I know. That wasn't good either. I'm ready to go. We got to talk to Greeny. Mark Greenhild's Golf Shop Radio Show will join us coming up later on in the program. But right now, earlier today, Ellerby was able to hook up with Cadius. He's on the all-name team. And talk about a big hiring event coming here next week to Greenville. And here's that conversation.
All right, let's go out to the Pirate Radio live line and talk to our friend with Victra, Cadius. Cadius, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit before we get too much into this big event you guys are having here in Greenville on next week. Give us a little background about people hearing about Victra for the first time. Tell us about your company.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, first, Victra is a authorized retailer for a large telecom company. We've been around for about 25 years now. We currently have over 1,600 locations that employ about 6,600 employees at the moment. With that being said, we are vastly growing, and we're looking to hire a lot of people this upcoming or next week at the Greenville Convention Center.
Yeah, now tell us about, you're looking to hire over 200 people, is from what I understand, and a big event going on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tell us what kind of people you're looking for and how people can get involved in coming out and meeting you and your team.
Yes, sir. So we will be at the Convention Center this May 3rd and May 4th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're looking for energetic people. I like to tell my team a lot that we're looking for people that don't have things to do but with bills to pay. So if you're looking to grow your paycheck, but most importantly, grow your career, this is the organization to do that with.
And what kind of roles are you looking for? Representatives, leadership positions?
Yes, sir. We're looking for sales reps, customer service reps, supervisors, managers. Any experience that our candidates will have, we're definitely looking to make sure we put them in the right role, but up from reps all the way up to leadership positions.
And what kind of experience do you need to come out and apply for any of these jobs?
Honestly, we would like it if you would have sales and or customer service experience, but we have hired a lot of people that have neither one of those things, and they have done very well in our organizations. We do have an extensive training program that we put everyone through. That's multiple weeks of training. So if you don't have any experience, we're totally okay with that. We can get you where you need to go if you give us the time to do so.
We're talking to Cadius Quarter on the Pirate Radio live line. Victra, they're having a big hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center coming up on May 3rd and 4th. You can be a part of it. Basically, all you got to do is show up, have some energy, and bring your resume. Is that correct?
That is correct. We are looking to hire people right on the spot. Come in with a resume. If you don't have the resume, just be prepared to speak to your past, your experience, and most importantly, what you're looking to get out of our organization, as we'll make sure that we're provide you with any type of career opportunities you want. The beautiful thing about working for us, to be completely honest, is we have a lot of great benefits that we offer every employee that works with us. We offer health and dental benefits. We actually have a very nice referral bonus program for each new hire that goes all the way up to $1,500. So, it's a great opportunity, a great organization to work for.
The Greenville Convention Center, right in the center of town on Greenville Boulevard. Walk us through the process if people are hearing this and they're thinking about coming out Tuesday or Wednesday. What are the hours of operation, and what do they exactly need to do when they get to the convention center?
Oh, yes, sir. So we will actually have people in the front of the building and in the center that will direct people where to go. Anytime between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., we will be interviewing people. We're looking again to hire over 200 people, so we'll have a lot of resources there to make sure that we can get people in and out in a timely fashion. It's really simple. Walk in, be inspired, and we'll definitely make sure that we can have a position available for you within our organization.
People always want to be their best, but they need to dress their best. What kind of recommendations do you have for people dressing to come for an interview on this big day, Tuesday and Wednesday?
Yes, sir. Great question. Well, I'm a firm believer in myself of dress for the job you want, not for the job you got. So we definitely would like people to dress up, but if not, just come business casual. Dress to impress, blue jeans. Victra, we like to pride ourselves on being a cool workplace for cool people. So jeans and a regular T-shirt would do just fine for us. But if you choose to dress up in a suit and coat like myself, we definitely won't turn you away either. So dress to impress and be prepared to work for a cool company with cool people.
Now, Cadius, all these jobs, will they be right here in Eastern North Carolina?
Yes, sir, most definitely. So we actually are located on Thomas Langston Road. We actually have a Victra contact center. So with these positions, and we're mainly looking for rep positions, you'll be taking phone calls, servicing customers, and selling to Verizon accounts as well. So, it is a work from a office building type of job.
Well, I know you guys are going to be busy Tuesday and Wednesday. If people have any questions before, now, and then, is there a good website where people can learn more about the company or any more details?
Yes, sir. Great question. So we have a lot of different resources for people to get additional information. We are very big on LinkedIn at Victra. Also, our website is victra.com. And then also we're on Facebook, and we're on other things. As I think the new generation is using TikTok. So we actually have a TikTok as well that has additional information as well. So we have LinkedIn, Facebook, and TikTok, and of course the old school Victra.com website as well.
Cadius, you all sound like a very cool and hip company that's up with the times. A lot of people are going to be coming, giving their sales pitch to you Tuesday and Wednesday at the Greenville Convention Center. Once again, just give us your sales pitch on why Victra is the place for people to come work.
Most definitely. I think about myself. I've been with this organization for 3 years, and I averaged a promotion every 5 or 6 months. Now, that doesn't mean the next person to get hired will be on the same journey that I was on, but I can tell you that if you have ambitions, if you are career-minded, the opportunities with Victra is endless. And if you're looking to move over to the organization that really strives on creating a culture that high performers want to be a part of, this is the organization to do that. Ever since joining here, it's been the best place I've ever worked. And I hear that same story day in and day out from the leadership team, from the reps, from anybody that is employed with us. So if that sounds like you, come out, give us a chance. We'll take a chance on you, and I promise you will not be disappointed.
Sounds like a tremendous opportunity. Once again, going on Tuesday, May 3rd, Wednesday, May 4th, Greenville Convention Center. Cadius, thanks for your time today. Good luck next week. I know you're going to get a ton of people out there and employ some new people and get things booming here in Eastern North Carolina.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking the time to speak to me. And, come on out. We'll make sure we get you interviewed and put in the right place.
All right, big event going on next week at the Greenville Convention Center. Eller will be there with Cadius. So go get you a jobby job. We'll take a time out, come back, and talk to Mark Greenhelge, Golf Shop Radio Show. Harold's not playing, so I'm out. But what do I need to know? What's going on this weekend? What's coming up on the PGA Tour schedule? We'll talk about that. And Greeny, based in Charlotte, will give his thoughts on what the Panthers did last night as well. We'll talk to Mark Greenhelge when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday is our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit qualityequip.com.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above.
This is former ECU football player Bryce Williams, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report. It was a rough day. The Dow slipped 939 points and closed out the week at 32,977. The NASDAQ was also down 536 points at 12,334. S&P was down 155 points and finished out the week at 4,131. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. It's the Green Bay Packers. It's not the Green Bay Rodgerses. So, is it overblown that they don't give Aaron Rodgers weapons in the NFL draft? Perhaps. But this stat is pretty incredible. The Packers have the longest active streak without taking a running back, receiver, or tight end in the first round, 20 seasons. So it is a real thing that they do not draft weapons for their quarterback in the first round, going on 20 seasons now. And you thought with Devontae Adams gone and all the receivers in this year's draft, maybe they're just waiting to grab one later. I don't know, but just found that stat to consider for you folks out there.
Stats to consider.
Thank you, Shirley. All right, let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line. We'll talk some Panthers. We'll talk some golf with Greeny, Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show. He joins us here on the PRL. Greeny, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Clip. How are you doing today?
Doing great, coming off the NFL draft. Let's start with football, and we'll work into some golf talk. But, Greeny, what is the chatter today in Charlotte, and what did you personally think about what the Panthers did last night, taking a lineman at 6, a lineman that they might have thought had not been there when the night started?
Yeah, for once, I think they actually had a player fall into their lap that they absolutely needed and could not pass up on. So, a lot of people had him, like the second best player on the entire board, and he's definitely a great run blocker. Maybe needs a little help in the blocking for the passing game, but if you want to help Christian McCaffrey out, if he gets healthy, and you want to keep Sam Darnold on 2 feet instead of on his butt on the ground in the backfield, then this was definitely the way to go, and we'll see if they do some wheeling and dealing to maybe get a day 2 pick, but as of right now, no second or third round pick, so... but definitely the direction they needed to go, man. If they had taken a quarterback, I would have been just at a loss.
Well, keeping an eye on if they can get a day 2 pick or if they add a quarterback elsewhere, and then that being a Jimmy Garoppolo, a Baker Mayfield. I mean, as we sit here now, Greeny, do you think Sam Darnold is the guy for 2022, or is there still moves to be made at that quarterback position?
It's funny. I mean, I like Sam Darnold as a quarterback. I don't think he's ever actually had an offensive line in front of him. I mean, the Jets had a terrible offensive line. The Panthers have had an terrible offensive line. He's never had an opportunity, and we know it doesn't matter whether you're Sam Darnold or Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. If you don't have time to throw the football and read the defense and decide where you're going to throw, I know it's only split seconds, but if you don't have that, you're not going to have any success in the NFL. It doesn't matter who you are. So, I think he's probably just as good as a lot of these middle-of-the-road guys. And if you can keep him upright, give him a chance to complete some passes, and with this defense that they put together last year, and hopefully they can build on it this year, you've got a recipe to at least make the playoffs. I mean, I don't think they're a Super Bowl contending team with Sam Darnold right now, but I think if you continue to build, you might have an opportunity to at least get in the playoffs and maybe win a game or two.
Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live. And Greeny, I think my streak might come to an end. For the last month plus, I have watched some golf during the weekend, and HV3 not playing this weekend. I'm a little out of it. So Mexico Open going on. What do you know about this one? What are we following here with the Mexico Open?
Yeah, this is a brand new event on the PGA Tour, kind of a place that they've never been to before. just a smattering of the top guys. I mean, John Rahm, sitting at the first round lead with a bunch of other guys. It's very interesting, though, playing in Mexico. When you looked at it, when they teed off this morning, 9 of the top 10 players had teed off yesterday morning. They were all in the morning wave. And now you're seeing guys that were in the morning wave today that played in the afternoon yesterday are starting to move up the leaderboard. And the guys that were really good yesterday morning are going to struggle because the wind is dead calm in the morning there in Mexico, and then it starts whipping in the afternoon. So it gets kind of exciting. So this could be something as we watch leaders on Saturday and Sunday, if the wind continues to follow that pattern, it could be a fun Sunday afternoon watching the wind whip and see who can survive that. And again, this is the kind of tournament that you don't have a lot of the top players, so somebody can make a name for themselves. Somebody can earn their PGA Tour card for a couple years, or guys have the opportunity to move up in the reshuffle. So this is an important week for not the stars.
So, Greeny, looks like they go from Mexico to Maryland with the Wells Fargo Championship, and then to Texas with the AT&T before the PGA Championship, which is coming up May 19th. So you got this tournament and then 2 more before the next major. And I believe Harold's not going to play until the PGA Championship. And I don't know, how common is that? Do you take that much time off before a major, Greeny, or is that something you see golfers do normally?
I think if I were a PGA Tour player, I don't think I would necessarily play the week before a major. I think I would take the opportunity to get out and kind of do some research. I mean, once again, Tiger Woods has broken the internet when he shows up for a round at Southern Hills yesterday. Out of nowhere or the other day. So, I mean, that's what you do when you want to lead up to major championships. If you can sneak out and go play the venue, especially if it's a venue that you haven't played before, even if it's a venue that you have played before, and something like the Open Championship, like St. Andrews this year, I mean, I'm getting over there a couple weeks early. I'm going to get used to the time change. I'm going to get used to the weather. I'm going to go out. I don't necessarily need to even go play St. Andrews for 2 weeks, but I'm going to get over there and I'm going to play somewhere, and I'm going to get used to battling the elements. And, I think from that standpoint, you want to do as much as you can to prep. Some guys like to play their way into it. Other guys like to practice their way into it. So, and again, I think with the Wells Fargo Championship for Harold not being a home event and being in Maryland because of the President's Cup later in the year, I think that's probably partially the reason why we're not going to see him till the PGA Championship.
Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us today. Greeny, you mentioned the Mexico, a new event, and I'm looking at the schedule. You got the Wyndham coming up later on this year, which is in Greensboro, North Carolina. We see the U.S. Open in North Carolina every now and again, but how about bringing golf here to North Carolina? I mean, any talk on North Carolina maybe expanding the PGA, coming here for more events in the future, or is it just the Wyndham and the occasional U.S. Open?
Yeah, well, I think the Wells Fargo is going to stay here, except for when something big happens at Quail Hollow. You've got the U.S. Women's Open over in Pinehurst, and Pinehurst is one of the anchor courses for both the men's U.S. Open, the women's U.S. Open, and for the senior U.S. Open. So you're going to get a lot of U.S. Open play, and we've got stuff in the area. We have the BMW Charity Classic, which is on the Corn Ferry Tour, coming up down in Greenville, South Carolina. And, so I think it's just, it's one of those things where, I think you're going to start seeing some more major champions maybe squeak in. I mean, we all know that we won another PGA championship at Quail Hollow. It represented so well back in 2017 with Justin Thomas winning. So, I think, again, with the anchor in Pinehurst, you're going to get a lot of opportunity to see the big players over, a couple hours from Charlotte.
Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live. Greeny, what you got on tap coming up on Saturday on the Golf Shop Radio Show?
Well, we're going to walk right into it because, as always, we'll talk with Bill Bender, find out what's going on in the rest of the world of sports. I mean, we got NBA playoffs, we got NHL playoffs getting ready to start, we got MLB full swing. And then we're going to go down to over to Pinehurst, I should say, and talk to the president and CEO of the Home of American Golf, talk about those U.S. Opens and the anchor in Pinehurst area. Then we will go down to the BMW charity program and talk to Mike McGovern, the tournament director there. And then we'll go up to Maryland and talk to Gary Soba, the tournament director for the Wells Fargo Championship, and see how it's shaping up in their one-off up there.
All right, busy show coming up Saturday morning right here on Pirate Radio. It's the Golf Shop Radio Show. Greeny, thanks for joining us as always, man. Have a great weekend, great show tomorrow, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks, Cliff. You have a great weekend, too.
Thank you, Greeny. Mark Greenheld joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take our final time out, come back, get ready to wrap it up, and send you off into your weekend when we return after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable, and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Christie's Europub is the perfect place to relax, grab a bite, and enjoy a drink. Located in the heart of Greenville and just a few blocks from ECU's campus, Christie's offers lunch, dinner, and late night with live music every Sunday. Come and have brunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 or Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 4. Scratch cooking takes time, so relax and enjoy a pint at Christie's Europub today. For the latest information, check them out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit them online at christieseuropub.com.
Bring the bright, fresh colors of spring home during Bostic Sugg Furniture's signature Spring Styles event. A little style here, a little color there. Make any room come alive for less. We have so many beautiful ways to refresh your home at savings that look good in any season. Plus, 6 months special financing. Pamper yourself with a new Serta or Restonic mattress and enjoy 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase during the signature Spring Styles event. On now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
It's bow time. Yep, it's eating time again. Now you could unload groceries, chop, dice, mince, preheat, heat, slap around the smoke detector, and then celebrate with a big old pile of dishes. But if you're tired of cooking, or tired of sorta cooking, it's time to feed the whole family with Bojangles Fried Chicken Family Meal. With Bojangles' famous chicken, fixins, biscuits, and tea, you can forget the cookbook and spend some well-earned quality time with a delicious dinner from Bojangles. It's bow time.
This is CJ Mayhew, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Well, hey, watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. All you got to do is just go to YouTube, search for Pirate Radio TV, and subscribe today. You can watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday from 3 until 6 p.m. And, of course, during football season, you can also watch the Bud Light pregame tailgate and the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter on game days. Go to YouTube, search Pirate Radio TV, and click on that subscribe button. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, getting ready to wrap it up. Head off to the weekend. Pirates and Bearcats going at it 6:30 tonight, 4 o'clock on Saturday, 1 o'clock on Sunday at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Big baseball series as East Carolina tries to rack up some wins and put themselves in a good spot in the American standings, tied for first with a couple teams heading into this weekend. No midweek baseball for East Carolina next week, so they'll have the midweek off before they head to Memphis for 3 games next weekend. So that's what's coming up with Pirate Baseball. Shirley, you want to do we have one final check on softball, or did you cut that off?
Yeah, because the last
We're
time
getting
I checked,
waxed?
it was like 9-0.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure if they haven't gotten run ruled yet, they're on their way.
All right, no winking today on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by DeBuck. Chan Man, we got, how about 3 games last night? I didn't follow them. I was watching the draft, but 3 teams trying to stave off elimination at home, and all of them lost. All the road teams won. So 3 series ended last night. Maybe the most fun series has a game tonight, and that would be Memphis at Minnesota, 9 o'clock. Grizzlies a slight favorite on the road. That means no basketball tomorrow. So if you want playoff hoops, you'll have to wait till Sunday. Bucks Celtics game 1 on Sunday. Should be a good series. We got Major League Baseball coming your way tonight. The Orioles are taking on Shirley's Red Sox. 7:05. You can hear that game here on Pirate Radio. So
7 o'clock all weekend long.
Check that out. All right, thanks for joining us today and this week. Have yourselves a great weekend. I'm ready to head home, follow the Pirates, follow the draft, watch Ozark, and call it a night. That's my plans for this evening. Hope y'all have a great Friday evening, great weekend, and we'll talk to you Monday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio.